So, previous session, the party had recently, I suppose, deposed is a good word for it, the head of organized criminal faction in the elven city of Corellendil. A green dragonborn named Galind had been stealing fine works of art and other artifacts for quite a while, and the City Watch had been unable to apprehend him, which was later discovered because he had a couple of high-ranking members of the City Watch on his payroll, which is, helpful for that sort of thing. So they deposed him, and in doing so allowed the City Watch to basically catch his financier, who talked and gave the names of the City Watch members on his payroll, as well as several buyers. The party was able to then attended a celebration, or a ceremony, I suppose I should say, in their honor, in which they received a medallion and a sum of 300 gold pieces apiece, as thanks from the city of Corellendil and the Temple of Corellnariathan, which are basically one and the same. There was also some interesting events in the personal lives of Garrick and Jarn, both of them making their way off with the friendship of a lady, as it were. Yes.
Oh, a lot more than friendship, my friend.
Not that much more.
You don't French kiss your friends, guys.
Wait, you don't?
That's true.
God damn it, I wish somebody had told me that earlier.
I need one of you guys to be from Quebec. I can't make a good joke because neither of you are from Quebec.
You're welcome. Thank you for watching. That said, I will live and die on the hill of it's called a fucking toque. I'm staking a claim on this.
Okay. And so then that happened. You guys got your medallions and your money. And you agreed, after being asked by Captain Kimte, to make your way to the city of Dragonix, where the buyers of these art and artifacts were, so that you could hand a Lieutenant Arilax that information. He informed you that Lieutenant Arilax would likely be. You could probably find her at the Breath of Oromit Tavern in Dragonix. You agreed to undertake that errand for him, and said that you would basically set out as soon as possible, so as to hopefully get there in time to before the lack of shipments raised any suspicion.
Total side question, because I don't know if we actually did. Did we ever figure out what the captain looked like?
The captain is a dark-skinned half-elf, close-cropped hair, and wears his. And you haven't seen him wearing anything other than his uniform.
Okay. Oh no, not that captain. The one we're going to meet.
Oh.
Yeah. Did we ever ask? Because
you did not ask. Actually,
did we? I thought one of us did, and then I don't. Yeah.
It would be easy to find. You just find a city guard and say, "Hey, direct me towards Captain So-and-so. I have a letter from Captain Kimte."
For what
if we get there, there's only like one.
Lieutenant Arilax, right?
Yeah, Lieutenant Arilax.
Yeah, that's why I write stuff down.
And Captain Kimte did tell you where you could probably find her.
I can't find a pen.
And basically, he pretty much straight out said that she was a regular there. Like, they would know her.
How do I have a spoon but not a pen?
I have a pen here for you, but you might have to do some traveling to get it.
Yeah, might take you a while. You can borrow a pen
behind me the whole time.
Here, take this one. Take this one.
Here, take this pen. I got a pen for you.
Hold on.
I don't need it. Stop giving it to me.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's
way to go.
More belief to the "you're definitely a teacher" thing, because I can never find pens either. It's just a fact of life. This one was in my bed when I woke up this morning.
Dark Agent makes a good argument because pudding.
Strong.
It's
So yeah,
Strong argument.
is there anything else that I missed in terms of what happened previously? I don't think so. I think that's pretty much everything.
yeah, it's also adorable
Also,
character
Ron
interactions.
gave a whole bunch of money to the owner of a flower shop. Like
Yeah,
a
it did.
whole
Yeah.
bunch.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's good
that's
times.
crazy.
I really want this to come back to this in 5 or 6 months, and they've just built a statue of him in the center of Asmodee.
He gave just about the entire
The hero of
worth
Asmodee,
what
the man
Dax
they
is
call
carrying
Zard.
on him right now.
For some tulips.
Also, off stream, we figured out that Zarn equals Han Solo,
No, he's Star-Lord, if anything.
and we're all Star Wars characters because Gax is Chewie, Zarn is Han Solo, I'm Luke Skywalker. Who did we say Norn was? Lando,
Yeah, Norton's Lando.
I'm okay with that.
and Bree is Leia.
I
was
do not have
really
cinnamon buns
hoping-
on the side of my head.
Yeah, it's
We'll
not
get
about
some.
the appearance. Because,
I was-
I mean, Gax is the opposite of tall and furry.
Hair?
And
That's
that's
the
like,
same cut.
that's the sum of my Star Wars knowledge.
Well, that's disappointing.
That is a shame.
Gax sort of has
we were
the
doing
like
Marvel thing.
animalistic.
Yeah, I mean, we could go Star-Lord and Rocket.
I like that.
That'll work.
That
Because
is
apparently
also
I'm Star-Lord,
If we're
too.
going with that, I maintain I get to be Groot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then you're
What would
like,
Garrick be?
You get to be Drax.
Yeah, I
I
guess
just
that's
want
what
to-
you're
I
left
just
with.
I just want people to know this is an act. This
Bree
is how I
is like-
really am.
It's just me, man. It's just
I'm
me.
thirsty. I'll
If we're
be
doing the
back.
Guardians
Go
of the
ahead
Galaxy
and-
thing, though, I actually have
talking
no
about
idea who
it.
Bree is.
Okay.
Could be an issue.
Mm.
Like, I have absolutely no idea who Bree is in that scenario.
In the
In the Guardians of the Galaxy thing.
she's Gamora. Duh.
Well,
Only
no,
female
we
life.
had decided that Sonic was
It's
Gamora.
Gamora.
Well, but Sonnet's not a PC.
Yet.
Yes.
She's also
We
not
got some
in the
character
party.
deaths first.
Oh.
Either that, or you can get Snicket in here to play Sonnet.
If you want it to be really...
She's already said she
Interesting.
wants to be on here as a guest.
I know that Snicket has said she wants to be on as a guest. I know. I have guests lined up. Don't worry.
Oh.
Ooh. I was gonna say, if you want it to be all in the family, just go recruit Singer to do it. I'm sure she'd fight.
I know she would.
Entertained
And
by it.
she's one of the ones I have lined up eventually. Not specifically
Yay.
planned with her, but she'll be.
Hooray!
She's one of the potential guests. For those who don't know, Singer is my wife. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I
kind of figured.
Yeah.
Context clues.
Contact clues. Yeah. All right. So, with that in mind, basically what happened.
We might actually get to kill something today.
I
You might-
doubt it. We have not managed to get outside of the city yet, nor have we bought horses.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
that's
it's
gonna
just been
take
a
a
lot of
solid 3
RP.
hours.
But
Yeah, seriously, if it takes you 3 hours to buy horses, I don't know, man.
Have you met us?
Yes, actually, I have. I'm counting on an hour and a half. Anyway, so at this point, most of you are waking up from sleeping. Garrick, maybe a little less than you're used to. Zarn, you just got back.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
Bouncing off the walls.
yeah.
That'll be one level of exhaustion.
One
I
level of
take
exhaustion. That is correct.
Wow.
Same team.
I was going to say it anyway.
You can take a nap in the cart, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Or on
Take a
top
nap
of
on the
us.
way there.
I don't know how we're going to make this work.
Put
Just take
some
a nap
hay in the
on
back
top
of the
of
cart.
us. Did we decide we were going to get a cart?
Yeah, we don't think we have a card. We're not going with that.
Hard
guys
will make
can
it
we were
that much
right
slower.
now.
We were going to get a cart, but I think Norin tried to find one and couldn't find one, so we just said horses.
To be fair, that's not to say there aren't any. That's to say Norin is not good at finding things. as has been many times proven.
And that's why he puts light.
I'll
on
put it
everything.
this way. You
Exactly.
guys just basically had the owner of the lumber company arrested. So
Just go steal one
finding
of
a
his
cart
cars.
might be difficult because business is probably a little slow at the moment.
We could
We
go
could borrow
steal
one.
one of the ones from them.
Or
I said
we could
slow, not
open
shut
a
down.
we could
Damn
open
it.
a cart selling company.
Yeah. Fuck the overarching plot. I want to be a merchant.
Well, we
Fuck you
gotta
and your
map
plans,
out.
Quads. I'm
we
going to
got-
sell carts forever.
We have to map out what our players.
What
and
happens
our
today? How
characters are
many
gonna do.
customers did we get?
And then we play that game in the background.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Just in
So
the
we have our
background,
We have our
around.
PCs play D&D in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that called? Merchants and something or another? Or?
I hate you all.
Oh,
I
Anyway,
love Wizards and Wyverns, but I really
I
don't
will
know.
find it.
So, you guys have all woken up / arrived back at the tavern. Ready, go! It's morning.
Humans in catacombs. I remember. Sorry.
That's it.
All right. So
So
I'm
is-
just
is-
getting back, correct?
Yes, you're just getting back.
Is Garrick
Gax,
awake?
high
Because I
five.
figured he just sleep.
You can sleep in late if you want.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Garrick's still sleeping. Just kidding.
I'm going to be eating some
Just kidding.
strangely glowing eggs and waiting to see who comes back from their dates.
I walk in, I see Norin at the bar, and I'm like, Norin, let's have some slightly illuminated shots.
Sounds good. It's kind of early. I don't know if they'll serve you, but you find that, and we will make it happen.
Okay.
And then Bree's gonna lean over to Norin and say, "Is that what they call the walk of shame?"
Oh,
Not with
So
that
mean.
facial expression.
so mean. All right, so I guess I'll get an ale and 2 shots. Keep this party going.
Bartender gives you a bit of a look. You sure?
Oh, I'm sure.
All right. He hands it over.
You're not going to drinking horse today, are you?
Drinking horse.
Don't drink a horse.
Don't drink
Right.
and ride.
All right, so I'll take
Ride.
I'll take him, and I'm like, Norin, light these up.
Literally already clicked it. Oh, actually, I have to do it twice. Hold on.
They glow. It's very exciting.
Well,
I'm also
actually,
going to flavor mine as though it were bacon.
I'm gonna double light it.
It glows
Hey,
just as much as it
poutine.
did before.
All right.
Sheds
All
bright light in a 20-foot radius. These are some bright ass shots.
Yeah. These are... The bartender's like, God! Fucking...
They drink
No,
it,
in
the
they open
morning.
their mouth, and light comes out.
So I raise it up and I go, cheers. Clink.
When the glasses hit, a little shower of sparks appears. Looks like tiny fireworks.
Sure.
Celebration!
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds very exciting.
Yeah, and I'll sit at the bar and I'll also order some eggs, and then I'll wait for everybody else to come down.
Everybody's down except for Garrick.
Oh, okay. Let's go wake Garrick up. And I run up the steps.
Yes, let's do that. I run upstairs as well.
Okay. What are you doing?
I
I'm
haven't
gonna
figured that far out yet, but give me a
I'm
second.
gonna burst through the door.
No, you're not. You don't have a key.
Ah,
I have a key. I'm gonna give
Yeah,
him my
Norin
key.
does.
Yeah, no one does.
I
I'm gonna give him
snatch
my key so he can burst through the door.
I
As he
very
enters the
quietly, very quietly unlock it, and then just like throw the door open and say, "She kissed me," and I cast light on his pillow.
As he walks into the door.
Roll perception with advantage for me, Garrick.
As he enters
I
the room,
didn't
you create a shower of sparks just behind his head.
I didn't actually open
Just
my
like an
carriage.
explosion of glitter.
Hang on.
Wake up!
Grab a brush, put on a little makeup. Get it? Because Blue Arrow?
Derek, this definitely wakes you up.
I was hoping it was just 2 nat ones.
Oh,
You noticed nothing.
That's Gax level of sleeping there.
The double nat 1 on the sleep check is still my favorite thing.
Yep.
Nothing happens at all.
Roll to see if you fall asleep.
Just
Okay.
keels over to sleep.
Go for it, Tracy.
Good morning, Garrick.
So with the combination of things, Garrick, who is still in the clothes he wore last night, just completely jumps and falls to the floor.
and I'm gonna grab him and be like, how'd your day go? How'd your day go? Mine went so good.
Garrick, can you tone that down? Points to the pillow.
All right, I take the light off the pillow.
Well, it seems like both of ours went all right, I guess.
So I'm gonna jump on Norin's bed across. Are their beds next to each other, like across, like outside the room?
I like to think they were bunk beds.
Oh, okay.
That would be a more room for
They're not
activities.
bunk beds. There's 2 single beds.
He just
Okay,
like that.
So I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna
Ruining
belly
my
flop
day.
on the Norin's bed, and I'm gonna do that thing like the crisscrossing legs as I tell the story about what happened.
All I can see right now is that scene from Across the Universe with what's
You're
the
not
song?
far off.
Frick.
I was thinking of Nora from Ruby.
It won't be long. That's the one.
Oh,
It won't be long. Yeah.
exactly. Yes, that is what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
He's
just
like
thinking
this.
of any slumber party ever.
Or Grease.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that works.
Yeah. So then I just tell Garrick everything that happened with exuberant details. And then I ask him how
Are
his
they going to be
day.
true?
An hour later, I'm still eating breakfast.
2 hours later.
Just smash cut. It's now nighttime.
Smash cut.
The sun just drops and the moon pops up.
Yeah, exactly. Smash cut. Light comes back up.
usually what
It's
happens-
just a skeleton in Eric's chair.
It takes you like about 30 minutes, 45 maybe, to relay what happened.
30 minutes. Damn, I
There's
could embellish
questions
like a
and back and
telephone.
forth and stuff, I assume.
All right. No, there is. I'm embellishing quite a
Plus,
bit here.
yeah, exactly. Plus, you're extremely excited and like stuttering and jumping up and down every few seconds, and it's it's all very annoying, I assume, for Garrick.
It's like Tom Cruise on Oprah.
Day.
I love this woman.
Jumping over sofas and shit.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, good times.
So yes,
I
we
can't
have
hear
to
you.
find a way-
No, we can't hear you, John.
I picked up that one.
We didn't need read lips to know what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. Try a hard
That's
refresh.
never
John.
not
I
entertaining.
think he said he wants to give his gold to Zarn.
You know, I'm gonna wait for him to confirm that.
No, he just wants to donate all of his money to that tiefling shop.
Yeah, to the flower shop. And
It's
that's
like,
it.
what
What are the
Yeah.
odds, man? Okay, you know what? Whatever.
He's given away so much money already.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yay!
Yay, it's working.
So, like I said, that conversation probably would have lasted longer, if it weren't for the fact that Garrick was just almost scared shitless out of bed and half groggy.
There.
Don't even worry about it, man.
Okay.
So, horses?
Yes.
Or do we want to, like, try and find more interesting things to ride?
Like,
Like what?
Paratons?
yeah, you
Really?
find those.
Okay. Domesticated paratons basically don't exist.
Oh, right, fine.
You would know that.
How would my knowledge be regarding giant lions?
I want to ride a bear.
Okay, let's just go find some
There are
horses.
no lions in
Before
this
he
part
just
of the
hurts
world.
me.
It's too far north.
Are there chocobos?
Yes.
There are no chocobos in Galitaia.
Damn it. All right, new.
Well, I don't
new
know what we're doing
stream
here.
goal.
You know, I'm surprised that BB
New
didn't bring
character
up.
goal. We're gonna breed chocobos.
I'm surprised he didn't bring up manticores.
I was getting there.
He's got a list.
Time.
Yeah, he's got a
They're
list.
ranked.
It's like, how about giraffes? Yes.
It's a very nice
Okay,
list. It happens to have the word
How about
monster
flamingos?
manual written on the
Flamingos are
front.
cool.
I'm just gonna start at A for aardvark and go from there. I'm also gonna append the word dire to everything.
A dire aardvark? That would be an interesting sight.
Lick the shit out of you.
That'd be pretty badass.
Fantastic.
Ants. It just eats things that look like ants. Which
I was
didn't tell
going to say dire aardvarks only eat dire ants.
Ooh, wait. Can we get dire ants?
A dire
Oh
ant
my
is going to be
God.
like the size of your hand.
Can we get a swarm of dire ants and then ride them like tiny shoes?
No.
All right, fine.
Can't.
I'm sorry, I'm going really off topic.
And this is different, Al.
I know, right?
It isn't. It isn't, but I'm more aware of it because I'm wearing actual headphones this time and everything I say is being echoed into my ears.
I got something I want to do.
What is it?
Go out to the bears and
Okay.
do a speak with animals, which is a ritual. It takes 10 minutes, an hour, something like that.
For you, I think Speak with Animals is a 10-minute ritual.
Right.
On that.
Well, it takes time, and I want to talk with the bears. I'm trying to
With Makwa or with all
Yeah.
of them?
the mother of the Makwa
Okay, with Makwa.
and find out if she wanted to travel with us. Aye.
Okay. So, okay, yeah. So I believe that's a 10-minute. Rituals are 10 minutes to cast. I
You
think.
might want to warn
Yeah,
her
it'll be
that
like-
Norrin
Well,
will
it'd
want
be
to
like
ride
an hour
her.
or whatever to walk out there, and then
Yep.
10 minutes.
It'll
to
take
talk
you
and
about
then-
an hour to get out to them, and then 10 minutes to cast the ritual. Okay.
Because I'm not going to be
Um,
looking for horses.
Okay. So go ahead and speak, as it were.
The people that I'm with, we're going to be heading down that way, and I point towards the south for a long ways, and wanted to find out if you wouldn't mind relocating and moving down with us. Be a big adventure trip, all three of us. I know I got to be as generic as possible.
Why you go?
Have a big mission to accomplish for somebody.
Home here. Not sure.
Well, we could make a new home somewhere else. And Quads, you said that she didn't have like a set location as their home. It was just in the
There's
area
not
or
like
something.
a
They don't have a
specific
den.
cave or anything, but yeah, but like this area is their home and has been as long as you've known them at least.
Okay.
Go ahead and make. If you're gonna keep trying to talk to her,
Yeah.
I guess. Okay, keep going.
I got
Keep going.
animal handling. If that helps.
Keep
Basically,
talking.
wanted
if
to
you're
find
gonna
out
keep
if we're not leaving right this minute, but later on today we'll be traveling, and wanted to know if she wanted to go with and bring her cubs with her.
talking. How far? How long?
Do I know how far? Did they tell us?
You know it's several weeks' journey.
Okay. So
You also know that the bears might be able to keep up with the horses if others get horses for a little while, but not for as they can't keep up the same pace as horses for like all day.
okay.
Just for what that's worth.
Were they wanting to get riding horses? And I know they thought about getting a cart, but not able to.
Yeah, I'm assuming we just go with horses.
I was under that assumption, yes.
Easiest
Like
thing.
we were gonna go attempt to acquire some.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to find out
More
if she wanted to
horses.
relocate or not.
Right. Is it something? Are you trying to like actively, like, ask her to go with you, or are you just like saying, "Hey, I'm going. Are you interested?"
More, hey, I'm going. Are you interested?
Okay.
It'll be a long
Basically-
time, so anytime that I've been gone for an extended period, I would have let them know anyway. So this is kind of in that too, is letting them know
Right.
it's going to be at least a month or more till I come back to see him again.
I hate
You
you
go.
guys.
We stay. Must keep cubs here. Too long for cubs. Miss
Okay.
you.
Freaking light.
So sad.
I'll miss you guys too.
I'll miss you.
Have good journey. Be safe.
Yeah, stay safe.
Safe choices.
The cubs tackle and lick the hell out of you.
And I'll play with them for a couple hours till we go back with the rest of the party or whatever. Till I go back, I mean.
Okay. So he's gone for probably about 2.5 hours, traveling to and talking to and traveling back from the bears. What are the rest of you doing?
Doll bears.
Bears.
I guess we're gonna look for some horses, right?
No. We briefly argued about other potential mounts, and then I believe we settled on horses.
It wasn't so much arguing as you going, how about this? And we're like, no. How about this? No. How about this? No.
I'm just imagining
Let's-
Garrick.
Silent bird.
I imagine Garrick with his head down. No. No.
Well, is Garrett
That's
managed
what
to get his
I'm
ass out of bed or what?
I don't think he had a choice at this point.
Yeah, Garrick didn't have a choice.
He was still fully clothed when we barged in on him. I don't know how to
When
refer
Garrick got home, he was excited but tired at the same time. So instead of just getting out of clothes, he just like slumped right in the bed, face first.
Okay. So are you still in your dress clothes then?
He would have changed. He would have told Zarn to get the hell out so he could put on his leather armor whether he left.
Darn. Have you
Yes.
changed?
Not yet.
You guys are okay. So you guys are going shopping for horses now?
Yes.
Well, I'll change. No, never mind. I'll keep my fancy
I'm gonna
stuff
put
on.
the studded
This
leather
is
and
lucky
cloak over
clothes.
my powder blue and keep the hat.
Actually,
Okay.
I'll change into just not my full armor, just like traveling clothes. I guess if that makes
Okay,
sense.
so you're in traveling clothes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go find some horses.
Woo! I'm gonna name mine Binky.
I want to name mine Pinky. Okay.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. Thank you.
No problem. Anytime.
I would like
Love
to
you, buddy.
cast thaumaturgy, so the sound of an air horn goes off. Burr, burr, burr. Actually,
Okay.
go to look for horses.
Just one of
Just because.
all the
well, he
horses
said,
in town are now
He's
panicking.
like, let's find some horses. Burr, burr, burr.
Okay.
Fair enough. Yeah, I like it.
He's drunk.
I forgot he was drinking.
Yeah, he hasn't slept and he's drunk.
And he's
Leave him with
exhausted.
a fucking pony.
He is
Yeah.
exhausted.
You're leaving with either like a pony or two ponies and some kind
Dax
of
would have
cart
heard that
goes between
horn
them.
out in the wilderness and said, "Oh, I guess that's time for going back into town."
Time for me to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I must go. People need me.
I must go. So then you guys are going to look for horses, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Go for it. Where are you looking? Are you going to ask around? Are you going to just go try to find a stable
Well, on
somewhere?
our travels, have we run across this information?
I mean, you guys know that when you came into the city from the south, there were a fair number of farms and homesteads out there. You haven't specifically seen any place that rents horses, but in a city this size, you assume there's something.
Well, also,
I'm gonna.
since we're doing this for Kimte, could we borrow horses from the guard since we're going to another guard post?
You have not ever actually seen a City Watch member on a horse.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna look for the nearest person of the City Watch and ask them where I would buy a horse.
Well, I was just going to say maybe Anto's around and we could ask him.
Ooh, yeah, that could work too.
Poke the guard. Choose from the menu. Horse. Where do I find them?
You do actually agree. When you guys, actually no, you don't see Anto. He'd be gone by now. Okay.
Yeah, he would be.
Well, shit.
Or can we go ask the guy who works at the inn here? Maybe he will know.
You could ask the City Watchman. You could ask someone who works at the inn. Yeah.
Let's just ask
Why
somebody
don't we
who works
do
at
both?
the inn.
Yeah, so
You got someone from the inn? I'll go find a guard.
I'll go with Norin.
Yeah.
I'll just go ask the guy who sells breakfast.
Okay. So you're gonna go ask the barkeep, Bree.
Yeah.
Go for it. Ask away.
Hey, do you know where we can buy horses?
Well, there's
It's a
probably a
pretty
good
simple
few
question.
places. You might check with any of the farmsteaders outside the city walls and see if they've got anything for sale for the right price. How long are you looking to have them for?
Well, we've got to go to, where are we going?
Dragonics.
Dragonic.
So several weeks in, so a rental's not really going to do. I'd probably check with the farmsteader. I don't imagine you'll find much else that'll let you purchase for that long.
Okay, and would there be anything on our way out of town, you think? Or
Yeah, all the farms are on your way out
are
south.
all in that way? Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
And I'll go find Norn. And
Zarn and Orin, the City Watch person you find will tell you the exact same thing. For what it's worth.
If I was to go and ask Keeper Arai, would he be able to tell me?
I feel like that's not a question you go
sorry.
to ask the keeper for.
Well, I might be there anyway.
That's like
Maybe
walking
he-
up. That's like walking up to the president of the United States and going, "Where can I get a
Buy
nice
a horse."
car?" It's like,
Maybe-
where,
I'm not gonna lie.
Horse.
I would ask the Pope where to get gelato, though. I'm just saying.
Gelato?
Yeah. I'm sure he knows.
Do you
or
think
she
he
knows.
actually goes
Yes.
out and gets stuff or sends somebody to go and get it?
Well, maybe he could direct me to a cardinal, and then they could tell me where I could get good
To be fair,
expertise.
this particular pope probably goes out and gets stuff.
Yeah, I feel like this. Yeah, this
It's like, you go down the street, then you make a left.
Tell him I sent you.
Oh,
Go with God, my son.
Boom. Still got it. I'm going to hell.
See, even though that wasn't technically part of the story, I feel like that deserves a little bit of DM experience. For that.
No, that's not character moment. It's funny, but it's not character.
That's me.
Let's be honest, Mike is a
Besides,
character.
I think he's already got DM inspiration that he hasn't used.
Do I? No, I think I used it already.
Did you? What'd you use it on?
I'm pretty sure you used it on the roll about getting kissed.
Yeah,
was thinking,
I did.
Didn't you use
Yeah.
it on something and it didn't
Yeah,
work?
you're right.
Yeah.
It was definitely.
Well, you're not getting
Sonnet.
it for that anyway.
It was, I know. It was definitely sonnet related.
Yeah.
Okay.
During the sonnets.
Oh,
So
Is
Is
new
it-
traveling goal?
what are you guys
make a
doing now?
song about her.
Yep.
Do we have everybody?
Yeah, so we should head back probably, right? And then we should.
You don't
Garrett-
I
have
don't have Gax.
Garrett
Gax
didn't-
yet.
Garrick didn't actually leave
Okay.
the tavern. He was like
Yep.
kind of like hanging around where Bree was.
Okay.
So if she leaves, he'll probably go.
Ooh.
mean,
Looking around the
yeah.
tavern, does anybody look like exceptionally sketchy or smell strongly of horse?
Not particularly. I mean,
Alright, then we should probably go to the
there
farm.
are a couple of people who maybe smell a bit of horse, but they look like travelers, like they just got into town. They don't seem particularly
Yeah.
sketchy.
Fair.
God damn it, Norin, stop smelling everyone.
Hey,
Fan
if
art.
you know a better way to find somebody who sells horses, then you fucking tell me.
I just
Absolutely.
asked the bartender. He told me where to go find them.
Well, why didn't you say that before I started smelling people?
Well, you
We
asked
didn't
the
know
guard.
why you were smelling them until you said.
The card wasn't that helpful.
You do weird things, Norin.
Trying to find person
Jesus.
Norin has
fine.
no sense of personal space.
Norin grew up in a very small town.
Where everybody just smelled everybody.
Hey man,
I know what everybody in this here town smells like. So does everybody else.
that's how you
Oh
knew
my
you had
God.
found meat.
Oh.
I do like how you automatically went to a southern accent.
Everybody knows Southern default.
I hope someday someone comes in the room and Norris goes, I know that person.
I know this man. I've met you before.
It's gonna be great. We're just gonna be sitting there, and then it's like we're just gonna be like sitting in a tavern, and then Quad's just gonna go, Norin, make a perception check, and then he's gonna pass with like a 15 and go, you smell someone you haven't smelled in a while.
You recognize that floral.
You recognize that scent anyway.
Or
I even
it'll be
have
like
a
Darth
skill
Vader
for it.
from Star Wars. Instead of sensing something he hasn't sensed in a while, he smells something he hasn't smelled in a while.
I
I
smell
smell
a
the disturbance in the
force.
atmosphere.
All right.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm assuming at this point we're probably getting some weird looks, so let's go find a farm that's selling horses.
You are getting weird looks. You're smelling people.
I was clearly with you guys.
So the four of you guys eventually make your way out of the
People knew that
tavern.
we got honored recently.
As you guys head south, knowing where Gex went, basically general direction, you figure you'll run into him basically on your way out of town at some point. And in fact, you do. You guys meet basically right as you reach the gate, the southern gate here.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have to scroll my map down.
And start heading outwards. A little bit down. you guys basically there are this whole area down here south of the city. That's not actually the correct number of feet, obviously.
Yeah, the whole thing is 40 feet.
40
We just
The
take
whole
some
city is
steps and
60
then-
feet, 60 feet across, you guys. I see that smiley face.
Doing that.
And no, I don't.
Wow.
So then-
Rude.
South of the city, like I said, as you guys remember when you rode in here, a whole bunch of different farmsteads. They all seem, like this is a big city. It needs a lot of food. They all seem to be doing pretty well for themselves, growing pretty heavily. It is harvest season at the moment. Pretty late in it, so it seems it's wrapping up. You're getting to mid-late autumn, basically, in terms of seasons.
It
is
is
a
so
from Elder Scrolls.
outside.
Just outside the town is a stable where you can buy horses.
Yep. There might also be a wagon where we can fast travel, so we might want to look into that.
Fast travel.
You don't
love
see
those.
anyone who appears to be specifically only selling horses.
Can we go to the farm with the largest stable?
Yeah,
Or largest
you can do that.
stable to other property size?
Yes, you can.
Second one, then, is where I'm heading. And
So
it
you
looks like it
guys-
has the most stable space per acre.
The most stable stable.
Yes,
A
about that,
horse
yeah.
is a horse, of course.
Yes, indeed. So you guys make your way to a pretty decent sized farmstead. Looks to be on a fair amount of land, and you do notice a pretty decent size stable building. Basically, looks like they have a fair bit of, at the very least, livestock, probably horses. You guys walk in that direction. As you're getting out there, you see an elven man. Looks to be, as elves go, young to middle age, so probably in his 200s or so. Sort of working the field, as it were. He sees you all coming and straightens up. Hello there. Can I do anything for you?
Well, I have a couple questions for you. First
Absolutely.
off,
What do you need?
I'm looking to buy several horses.
To buy.
Do you
several
know
horses?
where I could purchase some
I
horses?
could conceivably oblige. How many are you looking to purchase?
No one's gonna turn around at this and just start flashing one finger or two fingers at everybody. Zarn, one or two. Gax, 1, 2, 3, 2, none. Okay, so 0 there. Garrick, 1 or 2. Zarn, do you want 2 horses or 1 horse here? Or do we wanna
Depends
try
on what Gax and Bree want to do.
Okay.
Are you looking for a horse apiece, basically? Where are you looking to travel?
Oh, we're heading to Dragonics.
Oh, okay. So probably a horse apiece then. For the halfling and the goblin, you might want to look into a riding pony instead of a horse. That'll be a bit cheaper for you, but more suited to their size.
That's true.
I want a mastiff.
Discriminatory.
That's why.
I was
That's
thinking we
why
were going to do something involving a large coat and putting one on the other one's shoulders, but I like your idea as well.
I'd recommend my choice, personally.
Sensible. Now, given that the smaller horses are likely going to be a little bit slower, what do you have in larger horses that would travel at approximately the same speed? Because we don't want to leave anybody behind, but I think getting the best power to speed ratio is probably relevant here.
I tell you what, the ponies I bred here are awful quick. They'll keep up with the horse that I'll sell you.
I am okay with that.
Yeah, that works for me.
What kind of selection do you have?
Well, come on and take a look. And so he gestures at you and basically pulls you into the stable. And this is a pretty decent-sized stable. It does appear that part of his business, at least, is actually breeding horses and ponies. And so he's got, in a pasture that you didn't see from a while back, from a while away. A few horses, some in the stable, some ponies in the stable, and in the pasture. There's a fair selection. Would any of you be familiar with like horses and I guess maybe Garrick?
I'd probably be familiar with like draft horses or farm horses, but probably nothing other than that.
I'm more along the
Okay.
lines
At
of
the horses
riding
stable.
dogs and riding wolves.
Zarn
Yes.
wouldn't know anything about horses.
Yeah. Okay. So Garrick, you're probably best suited to like make a judgment of quality here. To your eyes, none of them are suited for a noble or anything like, and so far as like a show horse. But they all seem to be perfectly suitable riding animals. Like they'll do just fine. And as he says, the ponies do actually seem to be particularly strong and quick, and look actually like they might keep up with the horses.
Okay.
What color are the horses?
You can find pretty much any shade a horse or steed will come from. They're primarily brown. There's a couple black ones, some reds, but a couple sort of more mottled fur, etc. Take your pick.
I
one
will
for you if you want
grab
'em.
I'm gonna grab a black horse.
Garrick does the same.
Nora's gonna look for the whitest horse in the place.
The white. Okay, there is actually
It's right.
there's a horse that's it's primarily white. There's some brown like dappling on it though.
Sounds good to me.
You find the horse with a Starbucks cup on its foot.
Nora's smelling for pumpkin spice. Yeah. With a horse that looks like it's
I'm
wearing
sorry, I
bugs.
had to make that joke.
Worth it.
As we
Yeah,
walk up
give
to
it a
as I walk up
word.
to the one horse, I'm gonna ask the guy like, do these horses have names?
Not really. There's a couple of them that do. The ones that get rented out to regular folk, but most of them, nah. You can name them
Alright.
yourselves.
Nice. I walk up to the black one. I'm like, I whisper like, really like lame like, I'm gonna call you Thundermane.
I'm not gonna have you guys make animal handling checks for this. I'm just going to make the presumption that you're all capable of riding animals. Because
No.
otherwise, this is going to be really stupid.
I will
Garrick
get
does for at least.
Jude's cartoon.
Zarn will
I'm going to
get kicked
choose
in the
the white
face.
horse, and I'm going to name it Binky.
White horses.
God damn it!
Yeah!
I was gonna name mine Binky for God's sakes.
Well, you should have acted quicker. You get Little
Stealer.
Sebastian.
Well, yours is a pony, so it could be Binky Jr.
Nope.
It could be
I
Little
believe
Sebastian.
that.
It could be Little Sebastian.
Little
Okay. So Zorn has picked out an all black horse. Norn's picked out a white with brown spots horse. Garrick,
Garrick's gonna take the other black one.
the other black one. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Slightly darker black one.
Gax and Bree, your ponies.
Obsidian.
I
Yeah.
get one that looks exactly like Lil Sebastian.
Good choice.
I'm not familiar with this reference, I'm afraid.
I
Me either.
need to find you this video.
It's a Parks and Rec thing. There's a
Okay.
a mini horse called Little Sebastian that like everyone in the town like freaks out over, and one of the
then it
characters is like,
dies.
I don't get it. It's a mini horse. Like I don't get it.
So I guess that's me and Quads then, because we
And
don't
then
get
it
it.
died.
Yeah.
And then Andy Dwyer wrote a great song
Okay.
about it.
Okay, I gotcha.
Also,
AKA
what gender
Star-Lord.
are our horses?
What gender are your horses? They all appear to be female.
Garrick is going to name his Cecilia.
Cecilia.
I like it.
So Gax now has a brown pony with a very fluffy white mane. Bree?
It's fluffy.
She wants a nice one.
A nice one.
Thank you, want a nice one.
They all seem pretty well tempered. This guy appears to be very good at breeding and training horses.
Okay, well then she's gonna take a reddy colored one with a black mane.
Okay, cool. Once you guys have all picked out horses that you like, he'll take a look around and say, all right, fair enough. That's going to be 75 apiece for each of the horses and 50 apiece for each of the ponies.
You literally just said 75 a peach. Twice.
Piece.
You said peach.
That's
He's got a weird lisp, man. Don't make fun of him.
I give him a peek and say, no, take your back season, and right away. I'm kidding. Does that come with saddles?
Bree's gonna
Yeah, that'll
ask if we
come
don't
with-
get a group discount.
That'll come with all the necessary, like, accoutrement, saddles, reins, bits, shoes, all that.
Nice.
Can't we get a group discount?
Roll persuasion, Bree.
Come on, Bree.
18.
I tell you what, I'll give you, because there's all 5 of you, I'll give you the whole lot for 200.
Oh.
Perfect.
Damn. 5 waves, that's what?
40
25 each?
apiece.
That's 40 apiece.
40? Yeah, 25, yeah.
It's fine, you're still better at math than Chili.
As I'm grabbing my pencil to write down how much this is, 'cause I can't do it on my head.
To be fair, I am like
Jackasses.
slowly draining of energy because my body is trying to get rid of these eggs that I ate for dinner. So I'm just like, my head is just like dripping, or dropping. See, I told you I couldn't speak.
Oh, man.
I'm deeply. You should not eat eggs.
Yeah.
I really should.
I don't mess around with eggs, man. There's no yolk.
So
I hate you so much.
Gax is like emptying a pocket here, and like a couple of gold fall out. And emptying a pocket there, and a couple more gold fall out. And emptying a pouch over here. Emptying another one. That's about 40.
Okay. So you guys get your, give your 40 gold. You're going to split it 40 gold apiece?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
You
works
folks
for me.
with the pony.
Oh, wait, I
Yeah,
don't have to
sure.
do math.
Well, that just seems fair.
Okay. So then you guys give him your money, basically. Thanks very much. Hope they treat you well. I expect they will. Best of luck on your travels.
You did say they came with saddles and stuff, right?
They come with saddles and reins and all of that jazz, yes.
I know you already answered the question.
Yes.
I just didn't remember what the answer was.
Does this guy have saddlebags, like, conveniently attached to them? Or does he have some that we could buy? And I
He's
realize I
got-
should probably just ask him directly.
I have some saddlebags for you if you need some, sure.
Yeah, I could take 2 of those.
A couple? Absolutely. That'll be 8 gold.
Sounds good. Have money now.
Money.
Just an explosion of copper. No, I just hand him some gold.
It's like
Thank you.
it's like in real life paying with pennies.
Yeah.
You want $8? Okay, 1 cent. 2 cents.
My favorite part, those don't exist here anymore.
Yeah, lucky bastards.
Yeah, good old times.
Welcome to America.
pennies are
where
used-
it
American
costs
pennies
more
are
than
used in
1 cent.
other countries quite frequently, actually.
Yeah, that's probably reasonable. Canadian money is like not.
Well, what I hate is that it costs more to make them.
It does cost more to make them, but if you remove pennies, suddenly there's a fair chunk of small country economies that no longer have an important denomination of coins.
Yeah,
them all
that's
the pennies.
reasonable.
Have a penny drive.
Give them all the pennies in the world.
Just shipping cents and cents worth of copper to other countries. So I'm just gonna fix my saddlebags. I don't know what I'm gonna put in them yet. I assume those are for trophies and also food because I'm gonna go buy some food before we leave.
Shouldn't you have bought that before we left?
I have a horse now. I can get there quick.
Yeah, I'll assume that you guys.
Okay.
I just
I'll
assumed
assume that
we
you
were
guys-
going to get horses, and then we'd go back to pick up anything that we had.
I sort of
I'm gonna-
assumed we would leave and get our horses and keep on going.
I'm gonna say that you guys went ahead and picked up rations and the like while you're in the city.
Don't need them.
Yeah, you don't conceivably need them necessarily.
Oh yeah, right.
Good
I'm
forage.
an outlander.
Yeah,
You have me too.
I can feed 5 people without
Yeah.
trying.
there are 3 of you that are quite good
Hey,
at
me
finding
too.
food.
Yeah.
All right, go team forage.
Yep.
Like you guys worry about all of the nuts and the berries and stuff like that, and I'll just bring back a couple boars and we can hack them up and eat them for dinner.
Come
And I
in.
can cook them.
You do
Yeah, there you
you.
go.
Ooh, that
Right.
actually works. I really need to refresh my stock of boar
Did
eyes.
you get any cooking
I
lessons?
imagine
from
the 2 I
Agamemnon?
have are really bad.
You'd think he would. He spent enough time hanging around Agamemnon. You think he'd get some sort of cooking skill?
Just cooking, level up. little +1 appears above his head.
You know,
Like the Sims, you have to think above his head that
utensils.
fills up.
Speaking
All right.
of, we're gonna retcon that on the way out he stopped over to Agamemnon, said
Yes.
where he was going, got one last pulled boar sandwich,
Solid.
and then they all left.
Done. It happened.
I forgot that we did that. We invented pulled pork.
Hell yeah! I mean, it's not that difficult. You make a sauce.
You did not invent pulled pork.
Well, thanks for crushing my dreams.
That's like it's like inventing.
let's
We
stop.
invented the grilled cheese sandwich. It's like it's bread
Well, no.
with cheese inside. It's not that difficult.
Hold on. Can we invent the grilled cheese sandwich? Like, has that boat sailed in Galitaia on inventing the grilled cheese sandwich? Because, like,
Do they? Can we invent cheese
Yeah.
sticks?
ooh, what about those like stuffed jalapenos?
Cheese sticks.
So jalapeno poppers?
Yeah, can we invent those?
How about mozzarella sticks?
Maybe.
We should just make a Galataia Applebee's.
There you go.
And now we've become
Lauren already
restaurateurs.
said he wants to be merchant, so
Half of
I
us
mean,
went to go
I mean,
sell
yeah.
carts, and half of us opened a restaurant.
That would actually be an interesting thing to think about. Actually, open up our own food cart.
Yeah. Half price
There
appetizers
you
for
go.
adventurers.
We could have
Wonderful.
Zarn. Think about it. Zarn could be the cook. Then you'd have Garrick, Gax, and Norin getting the food, and then
Norin
Bree
gets the
would just be
billboard.
public relations.
Oh, can Norman be the
give me all
billboard?
your money.
And we call it the Blue Arrow.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then we'd have 2 meetings for. Have you ever heard of the Blue Arrow?
Yep.
Wait, the restaurant or the vigilante? Both.
Oh, it's double the fun.
Show up, get yourself a grilled cheese. Our
The
invention.
restaurant named itself after the vigilante.
Your ass kicked.
He'll sign autographs.
Just, I like it.
Try some
I'm willing to
Zorn.
provide. Like,
Each one of us
the
takes
light-up
turn
sign.
as the Blue Arrow each day. I got the short green one. What would you get?
I don't know, man. Mine kept saying he was the blue arrow, but everything just kept being shining. I don't really get it. Like, that's not secretive. Anyway, onwards. Not
Yeah,
gonna
somewhere to
let that
be.
one hang. We're just gonna as just weeks are passing by.
I'm assuming we're just sort of discussing this as we continue.
Yeah. Just as we're on the road, this is our conversation.
A little bit.
All right.
Actually,
so
yeah, that's not bad. Actually, that's the conversation we're having on the way home or on the way there. Plotting out a restaurant for when we retire from adventuring.
Yeah.
Where is home?
So,
Mhm.
Our food cart.
so you guys are going south. Let me switch out to the map of the area here. And move you guys.
I just saw that red mark on the map. I just saw that. Oh, yay.
All right. Overworld.
Mark.
It's very exciting. So, as you know from before, or as you might remember, or some of you actually, I don't know if all of you have even seen this map. Gax and John probably haven't.
I've seen it.
Have you?
Not the
Okay.
Well, I remember from before we joined.
Right.
The dark
okay.
times.
The dark time. The dark time. So, you guys are heading south on this road. You're going to run into Polandon and then Greenleaf before continuing to go south. The journey to Polandon, you recall, is about 3.5 days, and then Polandon to Greenleaf is about like a day and a half.
On their way to Polandon, Garrick wants to point and go, "Hey guys, remember that's where we killed that boar?" And then when they get there, we're like, "Hey, that's where we killed that ogre."
Did we ever take the boar hanging mechanism out of the tree?
It was a rope. Yes.
It was a rope. and technically speaking, I
Complicated
believe
mechanism.
I
We
think
could
the
have
knot,
left it there.
The blue
I think the
arrow-
knot
arrow
is still
shooter
there
guy.
because we just essentially cut down the
Fucking
rope.
Yes.
So
It
there's just a
did
little bit of
cut the
rope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is fancy.
It's
a
only
rope
it's only been 10 days or so. So yeah, as you guys pass by that spot, you do actually notice there's still like a knotted rope there.
What about the bat? Is that there?
No, the bat is long gone.
The bat that you tormented
I
to death.
viciously mocked to death.
Good times.
All right. On the way to Polandon, probably a couple days into the journey, somewhere around in this area, you guys go ahead and settle down for the night and take some watches. Who's going first?
Me.
Things are about to get interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I just
us on
plop
watch
down
always goes so well.
and just
Go ahead
pass
and
out.
roll perception for me, Bree.
All right.
Oh God,
Good times.
I haven't slept.
You have by now. It's been a couple days.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good. Okay, never mind.
Oh, good. Oh boy, that number didn't even
It's
load
a,
yet.
it's a
Okay.
7.
It is a 7. That's true.
Oh God.
That's with a +5.
Eyes in the woods
Ouch.
again.
Oh boy.
Wow, you have a really high wisdom modifier.
I have an 18 and no, I don't. What do I have in wisdom? I'm -1 in wisdom. Perception is I've got expertise in perception. That's why.
Ooh. Neat.
I have a
I-
+6 in perception.
I
Perceptive.
still don't know how you get expertise in something.
You do the double check mark on it.
Well, no, I mean, like, how do you
It's a
actually
rogue.
get expertise?
I think it's
It's
just
a
a
rogue
rogue and
ability.
bard
It's
thing,
several
right?
levels. Yeah.
Eventually, they just tell you you have expertise, and
It says you get to pick some spells that you have expertise in. You can double your proficiency bonus, basically.
You're really good at it.
Yeah.
so it's not like
It's
if
a class ability.
Yeah, it's a class ability.
okay. I was thinking like if somehow you pick a class and it's like you get to pick from these 5, and you pick like athletics, but then you pick like a background that says you get athletics as a skill that you can't expertise that, right?
No, you cannot. Unless it specifically says you can double your proficiency in something, which I think only really specific things can do. No, you can't just do that.
Gotcha. So, what do we have to fight?
A tree just falls over.
Just kind of assuming.
What is it?
Right on top of
A
the
tree just falls over on Bree.
So, Bree, you were a
There it
little
is.
distracted by the fire,
It's pretty.
and so all of a sudden, kind of
Not bad.
nowhere,
Not
actually.
bad for a scribble. It better not be what I think it is, because if it is, I might
Yeah.
rage quit.
It's an owl bear.
Kind of
I'm
out of
done.
nowhere, actually.
It's a fire!
Let's come back to
Just a
work.
swarm of owl bears.
It's an owl bear on the back of a flying snake. Fuck!
Oh god, not again!
It's a big flying snake, Jesus.
Hey,
Like,
I don't
that's
put
it,
anything
I'm out of
past-
here.
I don't put anything past DMs anymore. He's looking up.
It worries me that he's flipping through pages.
I know.
That's
It's
not
like,
good.
did you have one and forgot its stats, or were you just not sure what we were going to fight?
Did we just piss you off and you're looking for something?
A Dracolich comes
CR15.
down from the air and lands in front of you. Well, shit.
Because you weren't paying attention, Bree, this giant
I
board
was-
charges into the forest and gets an attack on you as a surprise round.
Oh, no.
Dinner!
Can I at least
Breakfast.
We are hanging this in a fucking tree.
Yeah, you'll definitely shriek as soon as it probably gores you.
don't kill me, little piggy.
Little pig, little pig.
Little piggy. I have
come
a
in.
story for
Um,
you.
So
Green
it
Jello
actually,
sucks.
I
yeah,
do.
that's a 10 to hit with advantage.
That is
Wow.
gonna hit.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know. You're very small, and it wasn't expecting that, I guess. So it manages to just sort of run up to you and attempt to gore you, and just miss completely as you dodge out of
It
the way.
stops and then goes.
With this, we will all. Let me make sure that I don't have anything in the initiative count here, and then I'll be telling you to roll. Cool, I don't. Everybody, roll initiative, please.
Wow.
You can't tell me that. I have
Keeping the tradition alive.
All right.
Listed.
We're awful at this. Keep tradition alive. Go team.
And the boar's got a zero.
Oh, that's not bad.
310 or below.
Oh my god, the board got an 18.
Gax, what's your
Yeah,
dexterity
that's about
modifier?
right.
Oh, 3.
You go first.
Snore.
Kill it.
See it?
Unless now Bree didn't get hit, so she didn't
So-
shriek, right?
Bree would have freaked out when it attacked her, even if it didn't. So you're waking up. You are prone. All of you are prone. So it's going to take
yeah.
half your movement to get up.
Shake the cobwebs out of my ears and stand
So
up.
where's the boar?
It's the brown square.
Huh?
Oh,
I don't
hold
see
on.
the
I have
brown
it on the
square.
wrong overlay. Ha ha ha.
Like,
You're like, where? What
Oh
brown?
my god. The
It's a
boar
ghost
has an
boar.
invisibility cloak.
An invisible boar. Do you see the
Oh,
board
it's
now?
like right next to me.
I do. That boar's conveniently shaped. We can make it into some kind of bony hamburgers when we're done. Just cut straight down. Although that giggle worries me.
Gax, it's your turn. What are you doing?
hmm
well, I stood up for half my movement, and I'm thinking of where I want to position. Can't see the squares all that well, so I guess I'll go here. And my first attack. Use my bonus action to rage
Okay.
first.
Smack it into last Tuesday. Hacking and smacking and whacking. That's a Fallout reference.
Weapons, raging battle axe.
Kind of.
Just chop at that meat.
Yes.
That will hit.
I'm glad somebody understood that.
Mhm.
So you're just swinging your axe at it?
Yep.
Cool. So you wake up to Bree's scream, immediately see the boar, hop to your feet, and run forward, hefting your axe off the ground and over your head, and bring it down, slicing through the side of the boar, leaving a pretty solid gash in it.
And my
Okay.
second attack.
Ooh, so it is real.
And then you bring it right back up on the upswing and catch it in the haunches, right near where you caught it before, doing some extra
And
damage.
then I do a boar squeal at it.
All
That
right.
was good.
That was good.
I'm really impressed.
Hopefully
That's not the
getting
end
its
of your turn.
attention on me instead of Bree.
Gax, that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
With that, the boar sort of turns and huffs and immediately attempts to gore you.
Go for it.
That'll be a 17 to hit.
I believe that's a miss.
Is that including your shield AC?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, yes, that will miss then.
Wait, why'd that miss?
Because my AC is 18.
Aw.
Cool.
Me too.
Bree,
Because
it's your
that would have
turn.
hit me. Okay, well, I am going to attempt to, first of all, hit it with my dagger on my rapier, on my main hand. Well, if that hits or not. It was a 15.
That will hit.
And for 6 damage. And then on my offhand, I'm going to try to hit it with my dagger.
A dagger.
And that was a 20
That'll hit.
for 2.
So you go ahead and strike out with your rapier, piercing forward, and you catch it sort of in the shoulder, and then weaving a little bit to the side, you slice with your dagger and manage to catch just a little bit in the other shoulder, basically. Okay. That ends your turn, I assume.
Yes.
Garrick, you're up.
Sweet.
You're prone at the moment.
Not anymore.
Yep.
That's 15 too. So.
Yep. It's half your movement.
Yeah, we do that.
Cool. You pull an arrow string, notch, let go, and it flies through, catching it right in the side, but looks to be between a couple of ribs. The arrow sort of sticks out of it.
Ooh, that sucks.
This boar has taken a whole lot of damage. It does not look comfortable, and is a little bit freaking out at the moment. Is that in your turn, Garrick?
Yep.
Norin.
Norin's gonna wake up and give a nice startle, just then stand up, run over this way to keep the fire between him and the bad thing that he can't really tell what it is yet, and just blast at it, which has 2 beams.
And the first one will miss. Roll for your second one.
Sorry, I'm trying to read my
That
spell
one will
things.
hit.
Hurry.
So you
Stand up,
you move behind the fire. The light sort of blinds you a little bit, and so your first one just sort of careens off a little bit out. You take a second one and sort of blinking a little bit and cast it straight at him, and it catches him right in the face. And just the amount of pure energy basically seems to it drops the boar basically, and boar's dead.
Oh, poor Zarn for not
I'm going to
being
shove
able
its
to-
corpse back 10 feet out of spite,
Okay.
because I'm angry that it woke me up.
To be
There's now
fair,
a boar
Mike,
corpse over there.
And we
I
get a
feel
reaction
like-
as it goes out of range. Attack opportunity as it flies by.
On the corpse.
I feel like Zarn would have had to have make a perception roll with disadvantage to see if he heard all that because of how exhausted he probably was.
Well, no,
He
we've
slept
slept.
already. This is a couple nights in.
Oh, okay.
But it's funny because the whole time I'm like, oh, it's such a cool attack it's gonna do, and like over time he's like, yeah, it's not looking good. I'm like, okay, maybe I can do this. And eventually I'm like, I should just like poke it.
Just walk over and just poke it with a hammer.
Cool. So you guys utterly destroyed a boar, which is not surprising. Yay!
For the second time.
Yes.
Almost like
Garrick's going to be so excited.
Can I perception if
Breakfast.
there's any
And I
more?
bring it over towards
around?
the campfire.
I would say that's a survival check.
Survival, okay.
Doesn't look like there's anything else nearby. Just the one.
Okay, so I kind of like, I popped up, I was like, oh. I just went back to sleep again.
hi Zarn, bye Zarn.
It's bored.
Breakfast. Go back to sleep.
Norin's
Like I imagine he like gets up. He's like honestly he's like, "Boar, what?" And it was Garrick's like, "We got it. Go back to sleep." He's like, "Okay."
Face plants back on the dirt.
All's good.
Yeah.
Nothing happening here.
Alright. Really quickly, how do we feel about hanging it in a tree? In order to make sure. Hold on, there's a reason. What if there are bears nearby?
I mean, there's no we're not going to be able to carry this thing, and we're not going back to the city. So I mean, if you want to hang it from a tree, go ahead. I'm going back to sleep, and I just flops down like Zarn did.
All right, fine. Noah's just gonna throw the rope back over his shoulder. I'm gonna go check on the horses, and I'm going back to bed.
I already
The
drove
horses-
over to the campfire anyway.
Give Binky a small apple. I imagine they woke up to these. Yeah, imagine they woke up to the squeal of the boar, and then the squeal of gas, and then Norn's squeal of terror, and then the victory squeal that we all let out when we won.
Everybody's squealing.
Yeah, team squeals. Good job.
Cool. So
Doesn't even wake up,
that little encounter done with, you guys make it the rest of the way to Palondon without any issue. No big. You guys arrive in Palondon. Let me move your map over. So this is my really shitty map of Palondon. Yay.
I haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Square.
This is a small town. It's not as small as Greenleaf, but it's little. Like, it's not big. You guys arrive at Palondon near, like, just before dusk, basically.
Sorry.
You guys are the worst.
Hey, don't look at us.
You asked us to join.
So yeah, you guys arrive in Palondon about at just before dusk. This is a small town. The Norin, Bree, and Garrick, you remember a few people from being here before. You do particularly remember going to the Hawk's Nest Inn, where
Where
you saw
Norin wanted to actually get a hawk's nest.
and Norin did in fact get a Hawk's Nest. It's
It
also
was a
where
good
you
day.
stole the Periton carcass.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And Bree, you in particular remember Dominic.
Right. Didn't he
The
go
work-
to Greenleaf?
Huh?
Didn't he go to Greenleaf?
He did go to Greenleaf, yes.
He was nice. I liked him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you guys want to do anything in particular here? Or are you just gonna like eat and go to bed, basically?
Is there some kind of mail service in Palondon?
Shit.
There's
Or
not.
hire a messenger.
Yeah, that's pretty much your options for mail. There's not really like a postal service.
Find a really young boy.
No.
I need a young boy.
Say it, Zard. Say it. I'm looking
You know,
Someone find me a
a
young
young
boy.
priest.
I need a young boy. So I guess I'll just. I guess would the tavern be the best place to go to find somebody?
Probably. At least
Alright.
it's a good like starting guess at least.
Yeah. So then I'll go to the tavern, and I'll ask the bartender, like, how is there anyone here who is willing to travel to send a message for me?
So in the tavern, you see an elven woman behind the bar, and then there's a couple of what appear to be locals, and then another traveling party at the tables. And you see a member of the traveling party stand up. This guy actually is a pretty dark-skinned upper body and looks like he's actually got a snake's tail on his lower half. And he walks over and he says, "We're actually headed over to Palondon now. or to Corundale, excuse me, now, if you're looking for someone to take something.
Yeah, I am, and I'm gonna pull out. I have a letter I wrote to Sonnet. I hand it to him.
Is it a
I
sonnet?
said, not yet, not yet. But Jarn and Bree will be having a talk about that. So I have a letter. Just kind of wrote about what we've been doing, about the weird boar thing that happened while I was sleeping. I'm like, yeah, can you take this to Sonnet? She's a guard in the city. I believe the Gateway District, I believe it was.
Gateway District.
Yeah, she's a guard at the Gateway District. Tell her it's from Jarn.
Sure thing. What does she look like, so I know who to give it to?
Beautiful.
That's not terribly helpful.
All right, she's a green tiefling. She works.
Green
she's
tiefling.
Green tea. Fling.
Green. I do love green tea. Yeah, she is. Well, she's the only tiefling guard in the Gateway District. You'll know her.
All right, I'll do that then. I'll do that for you.
Hey, Mike, ask his name. Ask his name. I know his name. Do you know his name? Because
You
I
don't
do.
know his name. I know who you think it is. It's not who you think it is.
Okay. Because you sure as hell described him.
I know. You
What's
want to hear
your-
from?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
You want to hear from like a swampy, deserty, like hot region? For the most part, they're going to be fairly tan.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I guess. Also, before he goes, I got. Game speaking. I guess would it make sense to have her write it and send it to me in Greenleaf, since that's where we're going next?
I feel like any reply she would make would be too late. Because it's going to take a few days to get there. She'd have to form a reply, find someone to send it to Greenleaf, and by that time, we'll be past Greenleaf.
Fine. All right. I'll just send it and tell her. When you see her, tell her to. There's more coming.
If you want her to reply, tell her that any letter that you send or any letter you want you to read, or you want her to, she wants you to read, to have it sent to Dragonix.
All right. So yeah, I'll have that in my letter then to
You
send
can
anything.
also-
That took a while. I
You can
apologize.
also request her to pay for a wizard messenger service, which is instantaneous.
You could do that.
There's
Conceivably.
Yeah.
a spell called message.
Oh, all right. I will do that then. I'll say if you can do
Isn't
that
there
back.
a
I'll
distance
keep
on
writing her messages, and then if she wants to respond, she can do that.
We got to
Wizard
find
Telegram
some.
Network.
We got to get some out of character. We got to get some of that paper that Tiberius had.
For what it's worth,
Teleporting
the spell message has a range of 120 feet.
Never mind.
It's
Now, there are
telegraph
conceivably ways. There are ways, I'm sure, that you could find like a magic user who could get a message from one person to another. The message spell is not it.
All right. Well, then I'll just have her send her letters to Dragonix, and I'll get them when we get there.
Okay, that's
And you'll
fine.
have a backlog.
Cool.
Yep. I'll say, away with you.
So this Abyssus takes your letter and he says, "Will do."
I say thanks.
He whips you with his tail when he turns around.
This is the second time in 2 games we have had this exact situation come up.
What?
The last one was, hey,
He just
random
turns
tiefling
and
on the
doesn't seem
street.
to notice.
Hey, random tiefling on the street, what kind of flowers do tieflings like?
That's
Oh, okay.
shut up.
You racist.
You know what I meant.
I really
know.
don't know what you meant.
I
Like, I
do
really
actually.
actually
I
don't.
don't know. Like white girls love.
Was there anything culturally?
Cheetos. Like, I
You're
don't know.
racist.
That is kind of true. I made the whole white horse and the Starbucks thing, and everybody laughed. But then Mike
See?
made that joke, and
See?
everybody's like,
You're all
"Oh."
racist. All right, it's because I have blue skin.
He's a
I mean-
tiefling racist who currently has a tiefling girlfriend.
He's not a
Mine's-
tiefling.
Mine's not because of your blue skin. Mine's just because I kind of hate you.
Nasty.
You
No,
guys,
I'm helping.
I'm not racist.
I know.
All right. As you guys have been in the tavern for a bit, the barkeep actually recognizes the three of you. Those of you who are not Gax and Jarn.
Wrong button. I hit the wrong button.
Well, now we know
that
you have that.
What would Sonnet say?
she's
Wrong button.
she's a pretty tall blonde elf, and she sort of leans over and she says, "Hey, you three, you were traveling with Anto before, weren't you?
Yes, we were.
Yeah.
You, Bree, is it Bree? Dominic was looking for you. He came back a day or two ago. Said to let him know if you came back into town.
Okay.
He's over in the garden, I think, if you want to go talk to him. He seemed to think that you might be interested in what he had to say.
I will be, yeah. I quite like him. I'll go see him.
Sounds good.
She says as she pops a beer. Yeah, I got this. Let's go. Grabs another one, pulls a stone cold that clangs them together and just gulps them both. Let's do this.
Sounds
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, quads.
It's fine. I'm not adding more NPCs to the next encounter or anything.
Every time I go over, I see Quad's just deadpan face. I'm like, oh, we're so screwed.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a boar, but it's actually a dire lich, Dragolich boar. It's like
It's a boar lich.
the boar lich.
You thought it was only boars, but it was me.
The were-boar lich.
Yeah,
I am the Web-Bornage King.
Were-boar lich.
Riding an owl.
Anyway,
Man-Bear War.
so
War.
Bree, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go see Dominic.
Okay, so you make your way over to the worship garden. As you remember, this is a small, basically like there's a maybe like 20 or 30 foot in diameter, like a circle of rocks with some plants in it. A little bit of like a combed gravel and sand. Just generally what appears to be like a small, very decorative garden consisting primarily of local plants and other flora. As you get there, you see Dominic seated on a stone bench inside the garden. Dominic is a very large, tall, and heavy-set black human, bald, as you remember.
Yeah, super tall. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go over and say hi.
Bree, good. I'm glad that you're here. I wasn't expecting you so soon, but it's good. It's probably good that you are. I traveled to Greenleaf. I've just recently returned a day or two ago, and inspected the tree that you informed me of in the area nearby.
Right.
This tree was cursed with very powerful magic that I cannot discern precisely what it is. I was able to speak to some of my elders in the Allure. They were not... They expressed to me... And he takes sort of a big breath. Clearly, this is distressing for him. They've said that they've heard of this happening in at least a couple of other small towns recently, around the same time as it occurred in Greenleaf.
Really?
In these other towns, they were not so lucky as to have escaped There were some survivors that simply left after a couple of nights of the plants encroaching. But the towns themselves were destroyed. It was only small towns, but it was spread all over the world, really. Only a couple of others, but at least one on a separate continent that I'm aware of.
Oh, wow.
This is not a small thing. This is a concern that I and my elders share, and I hope you do as well. Not that I necessarily think that you can do anything about it, but I figured it was worth informing you.
Well, yeah, because we sort of thought it was just one nut.
Yes. If you meet anyone else in the Alurai, I recommend mentioning that you were involved in destroying, or at least stopping the spread in Greenleaf. Most of us should know what you mean.
Okay. And what's the luring?
You know of the Alurai. Most people do. It's a loose organization of druids. Most druids in the world are part of the Alurai.
Okay. How's Greenleaf doing now?
They're rebuilding. It's only been a week and a half. They're doing as best as you can expect, with half the population gone.
Seems so much longer.
Indeed, much has happened.
But I'm actually glad that you're back. When you're in your little garden here, what other work do you do? You just tend the garden, or?
I tend the garden. I forage for myself. I sustain myself.
Who runs the hospitals and stuff around here?
In this area, I do some minor medical work. There are the Temple of Corella nearby also. Frilla, the head priest there, does some medical work.
Could I give you some money to help out with that?
Certainly, I would not turn down a gift such as that.
Okay, well, I'm going to give him 300 gold then.
You're giving him 300?
Yep.
Are you certain? This is more than I will use in several years for this town.
No, I'd like people who don't have access to good medical care to be able to get it and not die.
I appreciate this very much, Bree. You are kind and good.
Don't tell anyone.
I'll do what I can.
The guy in the blue mask.
That's such a brief thing to say.
I'll do my best.
I appreciate that so much.
Safe travels, Bree.
Thank you. And then she'll head back to the inn. And she'll tell everybody about what he said.
Well,
Minus the money stuff.
well, fuck. I thought that centaur was the source of all that. God damn it.
Yeah, so did I.
Alright, so we gotta ask around at Dragonix for sure. But do you think, Bree, do you think there's any value in us, like, sending a guy to start telling the guard back in Grelendil? Just see what they can find?
I don't know.
Because I think they should know that this is happening.
Yeah, I mean, it can't hurt, right?
No.
I mean, he said to
Right.
talk to the druids, so
Yeah.
we'll have to keep our eye out for druids.
Yeah.
And we have to tell them that we're the people who stopped the centaur in Greenleaf.
Yeah.
They said they'd know.
Also, Norin's going to go looking around to try and find somebody who's heading towards Greenleaf, or towards Corellendale, sorry.
The party that
yeah.
Jarn spoke to is still there at
I
that
was-
table.
Hoping so. I'm just gonna ask them to carry a second letter and just send a letter to Captain Kimte, just explaining that there will likely be some refugees coming in the very near future, and that he should keep an ear open. If he finds anything, send it by boat to Dragonic so we can know.
You want me to take this to the captain of the watch?
Yes, you can tell him it came from that lit up dude.
That
He was
lit
just
up
lit.
dude.
He'll know what I.
Is Garrick there? Is Garrick currently
Yeah,
there?
Garrick, you'd be in the area.
Okay. Garrick's gonna put a hand on Norton's shoulder and kind of like lightly push him away and say, when you get to Corellendale, find a guard, tell them to get the letter to Captain Kimte. Finding him
That seems more reasonable.
overall, yeah. And if need be, tell them the letter. Sorry, Norn. Tell them the letter is from Garrick Rosenlore. He'll understand.
Garrick Rosenlore.
He'll understand and hopefully make it top priority. If he
Just
can.
to save
For what it's
myself
worth,
a
the
little
letter's signed
time.
Norin as well. Just
Just-
for the sake of that.
Just to save myself a little time. If I give this to the same guard the Ganassi wanted to give me his letter
Yeah,
to,
that would
will
work.
that work?
Yeah, that would work perfectly. Thank you.
That'll work perfectly fine. Sign it. We'll get the letter to Kimte.
Yes, it will.
Excellent.
Make sure you tell her how pretty she is. From me, not from you. Don't talk to her. Don't even look at her.
Norin's also gonna hand you
You're
just
a very
gold.
strange man.
Well, he is.
Don't mind
So
him.
I've been told.
Don't mind him. He's
It's been a very busy 2 weeks for us.
He is blue.
You got-
He's gonna leave it at that, and he's gonna leave a gold on the table for them.
he got his first kiss. He's still kind of reeling over it. So
First, I'm a sailor, bro.
don't lie, dude. Come
You're
on.
also a cleric, bro.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I'm gonna leave them a gold on the table. It's just like thanks for carrying this letter.
I've
and
kissed a
then
girl before.
Go pay their tab up at the bar.
She's from Canada. You don't know her.
Okay, so you left them a gold and then you went and paid their tab?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, subtract 5 gold in addition to the one that you dropped on the table.
Sounds good.
Oh, did I pay the guy to take the letter?
You
No.
did not.
No,
He
that's
didn't
why I
ask.
asked.
He didn't ask for any payment. He seemed totally amenable to just doing it since he was on the way, anyways.
Cool beans.
I'm being kind, damn it.
I'm surprised he didn't pay
You are
100
being
gold
kind.
for that.
It's my first time actually fucking listening to this shit.
That's not
haven't
strictly
exactly
true.
been-
You
That's
gave Ibn
Yeah.
the pebble to suck on when he was feeling
Yeah.
ill.
I've also kind of been a dick the entire trip down from the city to here, and I'm starting to feel a little bit guilty about that.
Okay. Anything else that you guys want to do in London?
Was when we were traveling through, we stopped at the temple here.
You
Who
did
was
not
the
actually
keeper
stop at the temple.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm thinking of Greenleaf. Then we're good.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I did what I wanted to do here.
Garrick
Why
had
didn't
nothing
we
to
stop
do
at this
there.
temple? Like, why did we never stop at this temple? Just as we're riding out of town, I'm gonna make that a conversation.
Oh wait, there was a temple?
Yeah, there's
There
a
is
temple.
a temple in
I
London.
went to a sorted
There's a
temple.
temple of Krell in there.
Yeah. We just
And then
never went there
also,
before.
for Gax and Jarn, since this hasn't been explained to you, Sylvani Worship
yeah.
Garden is functionally a temple to Sylvanas.
Okay.
And which
You're really nice.
Which one's Sylvanas the god of? I feel like I should
Nature.
know that.
Nature.
Okay.
Sylvanas is a god specifically of... Hold on, let me... Just so that I can give you precise information. The wilderness. God of the wilderness.
Sylvanas.
Is there
Still-
any? I'm assuming there's nothing about Pamplos in this.
No.
Is there?
The only two, it's Corellin and Sylvanas, and that's it.
Okay.
Stormbringer? Is that what it was? From WoW? Sylvanas Stormbringer? Fuck.
Sylvanas Windrunner.
Anything else here?
That's
This
what it
is
is.
Sylvanas. Nature, fern frond. Neutral.
I think we're good to go.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry, I'm scrolling back through Skype trying to find the list of gods because I somehow deleted that link.
I can send it to you again.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah, I will.
Thank you.
Okay.
I feel like that was a lot simpler. Hey, can you send me the god list? Okay, thanks.
You guys set out again the next morning on your way to Greenleaf. It takes you about a day and a half, and you get there without issue. Greenleaf, as you arrive, is in fact, as Dominic said to Bree, rebuilding. Slowly, of course, like I said, it's only been a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks since the three of you left. Gash and Jarn, you guys having not been here before, it's a small town with buildings for homes and whatnot for about 200. There's only about 100 people. As about half the town's population was murdered in their sleep by vines a couple weeks ago.
I like how you're just glossing over that. They were. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
So they're, there's a bit of a struggle. They're doing some
I think we
rebuilding.
made that pun.
All the like buildings and stuff are still there, but they've taken a hefty chunk of population loss. So there's, they're working their way through that emotionally and otherwise, basically. In Greenleaf, there is again a small temple to Corellin. There is a hold on, let me open my thing.
Do bow, bow.
Bow, bow.
Where did I put it?
I'm just imagining putting Zarn in that situation. He runs past the girls. Hi, Zarn. How are you?
Yeah. Imagine Norrin's just the one zoning out in front of the painting. Cut to Norrin, cut back to the painting. Just back and forth.
Just hard cuts back and forth.
Yeah. It's not actually a painting, it's just like a lamp.
So in any case, in Greenleaf, it's a small town. There's a small temple, and there's a tavern, and that's pretty much it.
It's also my parents.
Yes, Norin's parents live here. You
Gotta go
remember
see the Lightbringers.
people that you specifically remember.
Not very lighty.
People that you specifically remember here, other than Norin's parents, are Father Adron, who is the basically the priest at the Temple of Corellin, and crap, I'm spacing on her name. Give me a moment. And Rendy Tarlington, who's the owner of
right.
the Greenleaf Inn, which is where you'll be staying, with the possible exception of Norin.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Mom, I'm home.
Just kicks in the door.
I'm
No,
home.
Norin's
Nor
very,
do both
Norin's
your
very
parents
nice to
live
his
here now?
parents. No, Mom's still on the road. Dad does live
Okay.
there.
Okay.
So I'm going to hang out with him.
Okay.
I'd actually love for Norin to do that. Norin kicks in the door and then just goes, light. I'm home.
No, just being chill.
Okay. Your dad is happy to see you.
Hi. So how's the rebuilding going?
Slowly. It's about as tough as you'd expect.
Yeah.
How's things with you? I know that you
Man,
went
I
north on
have
that errand.
so many things to tell you.
I'm
just
all ears.
gonna like go through the list. So we went to Corellindale, and then when we were there, we got hired by these guys to go guard this artifact. And then these manticores showed up at one point. We fought them a bit, and then we chased this guy through the sewers. And then we killed the head of a criminal organization. Then we were honored by the entire city. And then I met an angel. She was really nice. She gave me this, a manifest pack weapon. she gave me this. It's a very nice sword. It's kind of shiny. And then now we're heading down to Dragonics to try and basically get there ahead of the criminal organization's collapse. Also,
All right.
if you remember Indy, she's doing her own thing now. She's gone off and found herself some crazy artifacts. We found a goblin. He's pretty nice. He's hanging out with us now. And then this Ganassi guy, who he's just working his way through and trying to get the best girlfriend he can find. It's kind of
Roll
adorable.
perception for me,
It's
Norin.
like that one that you remember from the other time with that guy. You remember that guy from when we were kids? And he
Actually,
was always
Norin, what's
just, like, doing stuff.
Norin, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is a 13.
Okay, cool. Okay, keep talking.
Oh yeah, and so you remember that guy who used to camp outside town, the blue dude? Well, he found himself a girlfriend too, but he's being really nice about it, and he's trying to like write letters and shit. It's really cool. Also, I don't remember where I was going. So, have you got any letters recently?
He has no idea that his dad's asleep.
Really...
His dad's sitting there sort of just like,
nodding
Like-
along because he's gotten this.
yeah. He's gotten this sort of rant before, but you sort of went a whole different direction. Like he hasn't heard anything like this from you in a while. Not since you made your way to On the Radle.
Yeah.
So he's sort
It's
of
been fun.
like,
It's been like a hell of a 2 weeks.
You seem to attract this sort of things lately.
Eh.
Well,
You'd be
best of luck
surprised.
with the angel and the poofy sword, I guess. That's a new one on me, but whatever works.
It makes you get used to it the more you have it around.
Sure you do.
I'm gonna look into getting you one of these, but an axe, so that you can carry it when you're out hunting. Probably not from an angel, but let's see if a wizard can make one.
Sure.
I don't
thing,
need no
Tom.
fancy technology.
Go alone.
Norin, remind me, which one of your parents is human and which is elven?
The father's elven, mother
Okay.
is human.
Okay.
Yeah. I had to check that for a sec. I forgot.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like my trusty wired axe.
Wired.
This newfangled
Uh,
wireless stuff. No
But
way.
yeah, so I'm
So
also
you say you're heading to
in these
Dragonics now.
conversations. Yeah. Also in these conversations, while he's kind of like, as soon as he's kind of tuning out, I'm just gonna like hide some bags of money around the house.
Okay.
Just gonna hide 200 gold around the house, just in various spots.
Okay. That's fine.
He wouldn't take it if I offered. But yeah, so we're into Dragonics now. We're actually we're actually racing ahead to try and get there ahead of the these guys that were in like this criminal organization that we kind of broke up. But we got to get there before people find out that those guys are dead, so we can arrest them. It's gonna be fun on a bun.
All right. Well, best of luck with that. Stay safe, son.
Thanks, Dad.
I don't want to hear about anything happening to you. And neither does your mother, I'm sure.
Oh, I have an angel following me now. It's probably okay.
An angel that has done nothing for you but give you a sword.
And magic spells. At that, I'm going to light up the coffee table. Right? Like that. You remember when I used to do that?
Yes.
And then I didn't know why it happened? Now I know why it happened.
I remember the light.
I feel like he's just like,
Norin, and he sort of reaches out and puts his hand on your shoulder. Just be careful.
I will.
Stay safe.
Always.
Everybody at the
Thank you, sir.
tavern is singing "Blinded by the Light."
That's my family motto.
Yeah, at this point it is.
It's on my
Also-
family crest, just on the wall.
I'm going to point out that
It's like
Garrett,
scribbled in crayon underneath.
Garrick, in a fit of nostalgia, actually went into the forest to see where he was,
His little campsite.
his little campsite, to see if it was like kind of still there.
It's still a campsite. Like there's a little bit of a clearing, maybe some small remnants of what you know to be remnants of your campfire that you've covered up pretty well. Most people walking by wouldn't really recognize it.
He's just going to kind of put down a bedroll and just lay there.
Okay. So we've got Brigax and Jarn just at the inn.
No, I'm just working on something right now. I'm just trying to format something here.
Okay.
I want to go to the university and drop a letter off for Indy.
There's not a university.
Where
That was
would
back in
where did
town.
she work?
She worked in Juan Laredo. Her
Oh,
family was in Greenleaf.
Oh, okay.
You could find where her parents live, because I think you went there, didn't you?
Yeah,
I was
you would
gonna
know
go
where her
say hi to
parents
her
are at
parents.
least.
No.
I was going to go say hi to her parents.
I mean, are we assuming that she came back here, told her parents where she was going, and then left, or did she
You got
just
the
go?
impression that she just bamped right from where she was. She doesn't
Okay.
like live there. She was visiting.
Okay. I mean, you can also assume she probably sent them a letter at some point.
Conceivably, maybe. All right. I mean, keep in mind, Indy was traveling a lot. Like this was not out of the norm for her.
Yeah.
At least she wasn't named after the dog, right?
I mean, we haven't proven that.
Already cut out.
You okay there, BB?
All right, Bree. So, are you? What are you doing? Are you gonna go try to talk to Indy's parents?
No, she's not going to do that, but she might just sort of take her letter out, read it a bit, and then shove it back in her
Okay.
knapsack there.
We could hide it in her parents' house.
You're
Like,
not
break
there.
in when they're not home.
You're not
Yeah,
there.
I know.
You're not there.
I'm having a 3 to 4 hour rambling conversation.
As your father tries to stay awake.
Hey man, he's not going to be able to sleep. Half of the house is just bright lit up. Like, it's not a big house.
His
Come
father
home
is
to
not-
torture
It's
you.
not a big house.
Father is apparently occasionally like,
He's a hunter. Like,
yes, I remember the friggin' light spell thing, but for the most part, he's listening intently because most of this is like worrisome.
Yeah.
yeah, that's probably accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh right, I'm still wearing the suit and hat too.
No, you're not. You would have taken it off.
I wanted to keep the hat.
You can still be wearing the hat if you
Okay, good. I'm
must.
keeping the hat. Good.
Is there a temple in this town? I didn't hear that part.
There's a Temple of Corellin.
All right, I'm gonna head there.
Keeper's a real nice dude.
Okay.
And I guess I know it's not like my temple, but like I'm still gonna just pray for a bit,
Okay.
do clericy stuff.
Do clarity things. Seems good. Do
Just
you want?
clear it up.
You're just gonna walk in and kneel and pray, and that's it, or not necessarily kneel. Whatever you, as a person of Pamplos, does to pray.
Yeah.
Pours water over his head.
Okay. Yep. Basically.
I wash my hammer. Oh, I don't like that. No.
Actually, no.
I don't like that.
You can think on that one.
Make sure to clean the shaft very, very easily.
God, I hate you.
Polish the tip. Make sure to polish the tip. Use
Yeah, very
a
important.
spit shine if you need to.
I'm gonna try to communicate with Pamplos somehow if I can. I know it won't work, but he tries.
Okay, so you're just gonna speak to Pamplos?
Yeah.
Go for it. Speak away.
All right. So the first thing, so as he is cleaning all of his gear because he has water he keeps with him. He like shapes water and That's
Yes.
part of his ritual he does.
Okay.
So he's just asking to keep everyone on the trip safe, keep Sonnet safe, and he was hoping somehow if there'd be a way that Pamplos could bless his weapon, just so he can better protect his friends.
Roll a D100, please.
Damn.
Come on, I roll ones and everything else. 7.
Middle of the road.
This doesn't feel any different than any other prayer that you would usually make.
Yeah, I figured.
There is no particular response from Pamplos.
All right, I'll just keep washing everything then. Just keep praying. Doing my water stuff.
Okay. Jax, are you doing anything? He's like, nope. Okay. Cool.
I like to imagine Gax is just like sitting in a pew watching him. Just watching him praying and doing like weird shit with his hands.
Just his feet dangling from the pew.
Every time someone walks,
He'll come over and dump water on him.
his feet doing this, and every
I thought
time someone
about
walks by, every time someone walks by, he just waves.
Fine.
Okay. So eventually you guys all get to sleep, wake up the next morning refreshed and ready to go. Is there anything that anyone would like to do in Greenleaf before you set off?
I'm gonna make a quick donation at the temple.
Okay.
Just not stop with him. Just leave some money in the collection.
Okay.
25 gold there.
Okay.
Fuck, how do I math?
Anyone else?
Hard, right?
No, Bree's just a little sad because she misses Indy.
445.
Garrick has nothing left to do.
All right then. You guys get on the road then. So let's zoom out a bit, shall we?
To uncharted territory for us.
Yes, indeed. So this is the fancy new and improved map of Galitaia. I have added a few things, which I will actually. You know what? We're going to take a break. We're going to do like a 5-minute break, and then I'll come back and we'll talk to the map a little bit.
Moriand is
gonna
still
go get sex.
spelled wrong.
Talk about maps, baby.
Exactly. So this map here. Did you put it back on stream?
We are good.
Cool. So this is the world map. You guys have seen most of this stuff before. I've added a few things. First, I've added major roads. The roads that matter to you right now are all in this area, right? Yeah, you know, around where you're going, basically. So you're going to go south from Greenleaf, make a fork to the west here, and then you're going to run into a fork road later. So you'll have a couple of options of where to go. You can either go south on the east side of Lake Garat or go west through Gruz. What you guys know, going south is probably a little faster, but it's also possibly a little more dangerous because you'll be staying in the territory of the Orclans. The Orclans, orcs live there. They're not the most civilized people. They do have a penchant for, you know, attacking groups on the road and stuff. It's a thing that they do. If you go, if you take the West Fork and go west around Lake Garat, you'll be going through the city of Gruz. Past this river here, and once you get to the west side of Lake Garat is what's known as the Garat Plains, which is primarily populated by goblins. Gruz is the largest sort of goblin settlement. It's a bit of a lawless area, shall we say. Think Tortuga minus the boats.
Interesting.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like that sounds great.
Yeah, and so those are sort of your options for getting to Dragonix. You could also conceivably go all the way south around the Orklands, but that's definitely going to be slower. It's not really going to have a lot of benefit to you in terms of like being safer. So that's probably not where you want to go. So the other thing I've added specifically are hometowns for those of you who have them. Norin, your hometown is Greenleaf, so done. Bree, your hometown is Andamith.
Ooh, doesn't that look nice?
Okay. It's located right on the mouth of the Andean River. Woohoo, a very clever name. Garrick, Ravenhold is up here in the Giant's Teeth. Garrick, did you say something?
Yeah, your mic's up.
Let's just mess with him and tell him it's always off.
Get him to shout "fuck" very loudly.
Well, I'll pretend it isn't.
I want him to just be screaming something other than "fuck" every time.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Hello. No, speak.
Can you hear? Yes, maybe.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. The thing
How
I
would you have
said.
responded with no?
The thing I said is that Ravenhold, yay, no road to get to it.
There is, however, a river, which is the primary mode of transportation to and from Ravenhold to, like, Moriend, for example.
Okay.
Ravenhold's not right on the river. There's a lake up there in that area with a couple of settlements, and then there's roads in this area up in the mountains to get from small town to small town. To get from Ravenhold, like, to the river, basically. And then, Gax, you're just sort of from the Plains Orklands area. You don't really have a hometown as sort of a nomad. Yeah. And then, Jorn, your hometown is Durrell,
Aha.
which is down south below the Rishtok Mountains.
Rishtok. Sounds like Klingon.
I remember it fondly.
Yes, I'm sure you do.
Rishtok sounds like Klingon.
Sort of bet.
Rishtok. Though you probably have to have like a at the end, like Rishtok.
Just
All right. So,
Not Hanukkah unless you have
Gesundheit.
the in it.
that's the general gist. And with that, you all will set off from Greenleaf. So, you'll head south.
Oh, we lost Bree.
One Lyre. Oh, we lost Bree.
What a time for it to happen, too, right?
Nope, she's back. Maybe.
Give it a second.
Where are you back?
Mhm.
Bark twice if you're
You're
in
not back.
Torrendale.
Bree.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Jolie. I'm sorry.
Left on me. It might again.
No, you're good. Okay, so you guys go ahead and make your way south from Greenleaf. A couple days out, you have emerged pretty much entirely from the forest.
Darn.
You
This
are
is a
now.
good thing.
Not for Garrick.
It's not great for Gary.
He's lost his advantage.
Oh. We'll build you a forest.
You start
You're
playing
now
trees.
traveling through basically grasslands. It's pretty flat for the most part around here. The road is well defined. This is, like a well-kept, well-traveled road. There's just not a lot on it, especially after about 5 or 6 days worth of travel. When you get to this fork in the road, normally at forks in the road, there'd be a town or a settlement or something. Not here. Not in the Orklands. Way to go, Jax. I had such good music on. You jerk.
It's
Um,
a bit low too.
Anyway, so after about a week's worth of travel or so, you get to that fork, and make your way to the west, on your way to Dragonix, as it were. So we'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit to the Orklands.
And we lost him.
Hoofda.
The orcs got him. No.
He changed maps and crashed.
Well, I don't know. It's been acting stupid for me too.
No, I just pushed a button accidentally.
Oh, okay.
That was me. So these are the Orklands. As you can see, very exciting. Not much going on here. It's pretty empty. There are nomadic tribes of orcs that sort of wander this area, and you're all fully aware of that. Otherwise, you all know of one settlement near this sort of center of this grasslandy area known as Orkle. This is the only permanent settlement of orcs. And it's the only reason it's there is because orcs, they're not super bright, obviously. They're not the most intelligent species.
They're not Gax.
No, they're not gaxed at all. But they do recognize they do recognize benefits of trade.
Okay.
And that they need to have some sort of way to do it, to trade and barter with each other and conceivably with other races if anyone is brave and or stupid enough to make their way through the Orklands to Orkle.
Hey, we're one of those two things.
You're not trying to get to Orkle.
We're just passing through.
You're
We
skirting
are one
around.
of those two things, though.
Stupid? Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Hey. Oh wow.
As we're all just sitting here stuffing our faces.
As
I'm shoving crackers in my
Mike,
face.
as Mike tries to do his best impression of Chewie.
Something like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, get to the chopper. Yeah, do it now.
It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
So,
You guys get snacks in the middle of a game.
you guys go ahead and take the West Fork, as stated, on your way to Dragonix. You go ahead and travel for 3 or 4 days. You don't run into anything particularly eventful while you're traveling, or at least
It's a nice change.
occasionally you'll run into a couple of, like a boar, for instance, but nothing that really troubles you. Basically, small like inconveniences, more or less. That, no big deal. As you travel, you keep sort of running past these small stone or wooden, what they appear to be just sort of ruins of old structures. You're not really sure what precisely they are. They might have been settlements at some point, or perhaps some sort of like ancient religious structure. You're not really sure. They're very old for the most part.
Could I make a religion check?
Sure, go ahead and make a religion check.
I'm gonna start acting like a cleric, people.
Oh, it's first time
About
for
damn time.
Okay, so you do recognize the stone ones in particular as being religious in nature, but it's a very old religion, one that you're not familiar with the details of. It's certainly not one that's actively practiced anymore that you know of.
Gotcha. Old thing, guys. Don't know what it is.
This is one of those times when it's like, we should have hired like an archaeologist to come with us.
After Zard looked at it and said it was a really old thing.
Wow, I love that you rolled the same as an actual cleric's actual religion check.
I rolled higher because mine's a -1.
Ooh,
Buttercup.
you're real pious.
So, you guys also know that it's a really old thing about a religion that's, from a long time ago that no one really worships anymore. All three of you are aware of that fact. Good job.
I just imagine Zarn, Gax, and
I just
Garrick.
wanted to roll my funny skill.
And it's not just because Zarn just told them that.
Well, it's like I imagine they're all doing it at the same time, and then they're all like this, and then Zarn goes, "That's a really old thing," and they just look at each other and go, "That is a really old thing."
See, and I started picturing Zarn
That's a
telling
thing.
them that, and then them going, yeah, that's a really old thing.
This was once a building.
This once held stuff, maybe.
People might have come here to do something.
Possibly.
Not
Maybe it has to do with
Now it
God.
does not.
Tonight,
Everybody's looking up at it.
let's keep going, people.
Keep on going, guys.
Actually, it'd be more like this.
Oh man, we gotta get some coconuts. Not
You guys
in
are
character.
riding
just like
actual
other
horses.
Just
Okay.
It's a very old building.
So, you guys get to, you guys have been traveling, sort of running across these ruins for some time. So let me show you what they
Mike.
might look like.
Mike, did you prepare a little bit of water? I can't tell. I'm not sure.
What?
Did you prepare some water before
got
we
some water there,
started?
buddy.
I can't tell.
You mean my
You
jug
do
of
it.
water?
You do it every episode. You get just like
I drink a lot of water.
You get like a 2 liter of water that's gone like halfway through.
Yeah,
All right.
I drink a gallon
Can
of
you
water a
guys-
day.
Can you guys see this new map?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Cool.
I am partially
also
Nazi.
hydrated as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm drinking lemonade, which is essentially just powdered lemonade stuff and water. So
That's why
Hold
my
on, I need
girlfriend
to
gets mad.
refresh.
I never get
Give me
hungover.
a second.
We finally lost him. So discussions of drinks that finally drove him away.
Loot everything.
Since that's it, I just can't take conversations about water anymore. I'm
I'm
out of
taking
here.
it anymore. You people are insane. I'm out of here.
Quick, while he's gone, everybody roll acrobatics.
Acrobatics? Hold on.
For no reason.
Oh,
it's
no,
you
it's always for no reason.
Boom!
Wow.
Good at this.
25. Oh man. Oh snap!
Hey, not 20.
Gax, I want you to roll it. Come on, dude.
Well, what?
Roll it big.
He did.
Zarn. No,
Well, what?
Zarn.
Oh, he did. Who else hasn't done it?
Zarn
Everyone did.
I
I
see
did.
5
I
rolls.
did animal
Everybody's done it.
Didn't
You
I?
rolled
I see-
animal handling. It's not
Oh,
the-
that's
I
why.
felt like it.
Norn got a 6.
What are
meant-
you all doing?
Don't worry about it.
I missed. I missed Norin's because Mike has the.
Oh,
We put on an
Racial and all
impromptu
surrounding
circus
buildings.
act.
All right, well done.
They were doing cartwheels, and I was trying to wrangle up Gax
Yeah, but Zarn screwed
And it
up and
worked.
rolled animal handling.
because I'm trying to get Gaxed.
sensible. Sensible.
Okay. Go ahead and put you guys in whatever sort of marching order you're in at the moment.
Zarn and I up front,
Damn.
unless the warlock wants to go up front.
I'm okay
I'm
with
just gonna
any
go behind you
formation.
guys.
She said that I saw his thing move back.
Walking bard. Yeah, we'll go first.
No, thank you.
Just gonna hide over here in the darkness.
I wouldn't stand by yourself.
Don't particularly recommend that course of action.
I mean, actually, it does kind of depend on like who has like best perception and all that type of stuff. I feel like they should be first.
Mine's pretty good.
Should
I have a
Lord
plus
have
5
good
to perception.
perception.
I'm not
Plus
confident
6.
in my half elf eyes seeing things.
Well, if somebody wants to scout ahead, they could be, however far.
Well, before we say anything, I could have a plus 20, and I'll still roll nat ones, people. We know this is going to happen.
Yeah, like
This is known.
it's just a very clearly understood fact of our sessions.
I'm just gonna leave it there.
Yep.
I thought about putting him a couple squares ahead of Zarn, but that'll do.
If I get picked off in the back, it's all your fault.
All right, I'll scout ahead, I guess. I'll go to
Metagaming sense, there's nothing really behind us,
So I'll go to here.
There
So
were
I
a bunch of orcs.
want to go to here so I can peer around the wall, and then I'll
Okay.
see what I can see.
I
You
just
don't
assumed this
really
was
see
marching
anything over there at the moment.
Oh,
It is marching order. At this point, you guys are just sort of all moving forward. Zorn, have you just sort of been scouting ahead the whole time, basically?
yeah, I believe so.
Okay, sure, that's fine. Okay. So you guys sort of keep moving forward for a while, in this area. Yeah, so go ahead and... So you'll stay in approximately the same sort of marching order, basically. Stop moving, I'm gonna do it.
I was going to say, how did I didn't do that.
That was
Fine
me.
then.
Just because you guys are staying in approximately the same group, I assume.
Why is Norn flipped?
Oh, yeah. That's pretty funny.
Ha!
Norton's having a real hard time with this horse.
Yeah, he's like hanging from his foot on the stirrup.
Tapped it.
like the sheriff of Rottingham. When the horse galloped away and he was upside down, so he kept hitting his head on the ground as the horse went.
Totally Norin.
Okay.
Totally
At this point, I'd like everyone to make a perception check, please.
Come on, perception, don't fail me now. All right, 18.
I rolled a nat 1.
How does it feel?
Norin.
Screw
Norin
all
and
of you.
only
Alright.
Norin.
Gex 0.
Norin and only Norin. You hear
More than 18.
very muffled, like whispered, brief speech from in the ruins behind you. And then all of a sudden, I need everyone to make a... Hold on, let me check on this. Hold on. There's a thing. I keep closing the damn thing.
Please make it strength or dexterity.
Make a charisma saving throw.
Make it acrobatics. We already rolled those.
Or intelligence.
I already rolled those.
I'm proficient in 3 saves, so just don't make it Constitution, Wisdom, or Charisma. I'm good.
Wisdom or
Very
charisma
proficient in them.
are my good ones.
My mental stats are all -1. Across
I
the
need-
board.
All 5 of you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh,
Shit.
You get advantage because you heard someone casting a spell.
Oh, shit.
Value.
4. I don't know.
Oh boy.
Okay.
11.
So, first things first, let me do this and put on the music. Second thing,
Three is
this area,
Trikachu, I choose you.
this area is
The tall
now,
grass.
that area is now in fact tall grass. Oh, that didn't, oh crap, hold on. Okay, so basically what happens is suddenly weeds and vines have sprung up from that area, and Bree, Zarn, and Norin, you are all caught up in it and unable to move. You're
Hold on, I thought you said
restrained.
I thought you said I had
You had
advantage on
advantage.
that.
You're right. You are actually fine. That 20-foot area is still difficult terrain, so it will cost everyone half their movement to move through it.
And we're still on horses, right?
Yes.
What about the
actually.
horses?
You are
So
the
wouldn't
horses.
that mean the horses are the ones that affected, not us?
It affects
assuming
you
it probably came
and
up
the
around.
horses. Yes. So the horses at the moment are all currently restrained and functionally unable to do anything. For the sake of simplicity, because that's complicated, and fuck that.
I just
was
assumed
a
the
good
horses
decision.
all got automatically
a-
wrapped up, and those that saved were able to like break free and jump off their horse.
Yes,
Not this
exactly.
again.
Precisely what Gax said, or what RP said, is exactly what happened.
Gax
Cool.
would say that. I don't know if he'd have the wherewithal
Which
to say
direction
something
was
like
the casting coming from? You said we heard
From the
casting.
ruins.
Norin, you would have heard it from the ruins.
Get a point to
Damn
go
ruins.
ruins. From
Okay.
the ruins.
the
So-
ruins.
I need.
Yes, those are ruins.
I now need everyone to go ahead and roll initiative,
Well,
please.
hang on. You got to see if it's cleared.
I believe it already is, but I'll double check. Yeah, I cleared it before.
Come on.
Hi.
Okay.
Yeah.
19.
Damn.
I
that's
get
actually
to
not
do
bad.
something. Hopefully.
You go to attack and all of them drop dead.
Oh my god.
I love that. Thing 1, thing 2,
I'm not telling you what they are until they show up. That'd be dumb.
thing 3, thing 4 of them.
Yeah, because we've never done that before.
Okay. Let me get this thing.
It's these things that look disturbingly like manticores.
Oh, weird.
We did well against those. Me and Norin killed them all ourselves.
Okay.
With mixed
A little
results.
bit of help from Garrett.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was gonna be like, to scare the shit out of Norin, they're all mimics. Just like 4 chests that come bounding out with just the.
I'm just saying, if a mimic can cast Entangle, I'm leaving.
It's an owlbear wizard.
No.
He casts illusion for flying snakes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like that's a really bad dream for Garrick. Finding an owlbear wizard that casts minor illusion to make flying snakes appear.
Recast that.
What about an owlbear that's leader of a band that's full of Kuatoa? They could be Hootie and the Blowfish.
I hate you so much.
Wow.
That was such a stretch.
It works.
I appreciate that.
Jesus Christ, Mike.
Okay. So, at this point, the first thing that happens after you suddenly get entangled is out from the ruins comes running what is very clearly an orc.
Okay.
A very angry, sort of yelly, berserkery type of orc, in fact.
You suddenly hear in the background, dun dun dun.
Ragnar, what are you doing here?
He comes sort of run screaming out this way and takes a swing at you, squishy looking person.
Rude.
Then that would be so it's going to go ahead and use its reckless ability, which gives it advantage on melee attack rolls during this turn. All attack rolls against it will have advantage until the start of its next turn. Swings a great exit Norin. That will hit, I think.
What is it?
We don't see it.
A 24.
Yes, that very hits.
You take
totally misses.
12 points of slashing damage as his great axe comes swiping down at you.
And I am going to react by Searing Rebuking him.
Ooh.
Okay, let me roll that save for
Make
him.
sure that, let me make sure that rolled. Yeah, I rolled 4. Okay.
He fails that save.
Woo!
Fails that save significantly. So that's 26 fire
26 fire
damage.
damage, yes.
Okay.
Glass cannon, glass cannon.
Okay. So it takes 26 fire. Okay.
Fuck, I don't remember where my spell slots are on this sheet.
It's in the dashboard. You might have to open the dashboard again. They've been automatically closing for some reason. Okay. So that will end his turn. Garrick, you're up.
Okay, now if I go from where I am to here, will that take 10? Because it's...
That will take 10. And you are... Did you make it?
I made the save.
Okay, yeah, that'll take 10 feet to get out of there.
Alright.
Moving into
He's gonna like pet
difficult
the
terrain
top
is
of his
where it
horse. He's gonna like pet the top of his horse and say, "I'll be right back," and then jumps off, and then let's see, and then
I'm just imagining him making that sound with the horse.
and then
Don't touch the grass, don't touch the grass. Oh, nice.
close.
Okay. Then roll your sneak attack because you've got someone within 5 feet. Okay.
so that's
Yeah.
how do you calculate it? Is it the 6 plus 1 plus 4?
6 plus 1 plus 4, yeah.
Okay.
I calculate it like a normal person does. Not like Cole.
11.
Okay. So he takes a damage.
1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1.
Between the Searing Rebuke and the arrow, which you sort of fired and managed to catch what appears to be like a burn spot in his side from the Searing Rebuke, he's actually kind of not doing well already. Not bad.
Well, yeah, that happens when you do 37 damage in consecutive turns.
Someone else check that for normal. I'm
Thank
forgetting
you.
this stuff. Okay,
Thank
well,
you.
it's about to be your turn, Zarn.
Oh,
I'm
Oh.
currently restrained.
You got a
correct?
physical copy. It'll be easy for you.
You are currently restrained, so you need to make a strength
6.
saving throw.
Oh, so you know 6, you have 2 slots.
Thank you.
Alright, strength.
Yes.
Come on.
Nope.
Struggle.
Nope, you're stuck still. You
I
are stuck
couldn't-
fast.
Can I
So-
do
Let me check what restrained actually means. Hold on.
I'm gonna check faster.
Can I just say he was so happy to do something and now he's restrained?
Yep, this is my life.
Speed becomes 0 and your attack rolls have disadvantage and you have disadvantage on dex saves. So you can attack, but you have disadvantage.
Alright, I'll hold my attack.
Use
Okay,
your action
you're gonna
to
hold
get
your
out
action?
to
Or
understand
yeah,
yourself.
already in action. So if something comes out of the ruins, I'm gonna whack
You're
them.
gonna do it. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Mike, it could have been worse. You could have rolled a 1.
Give it time. The night's early.
Okay. So that will end Jarn's turn since he's holding his action. Next thing that happens is Sorry about that. God damn it, I keep pushing the wrong thing. As you might have expected, another orc comes rushing out from here. You will go ahead and get your attack now, Jarn.
Yeah, I'm gonna guiding bolt this bitch.
Biatch.
Yeah. Like,
Smack him.
oh,
Disadvantage though.
oh.
Roll high.
I know. Okay, because that works.
I'm telling you to roll high, so therefore you will. I told you.
Oh!
Good one.
Is that? No.
What
Okay.
level did you cast that at?
Level 1. 4d6.
That's 46.
That's 46 at level 1? Seriously?
Yeah.
Jesus
Got him.
Christ.
Yeah, it's a disgusting spell I've
Yeah, it is.
come across
Yeah.
before.
It's disgusting, but I love it.
And
So that
the
does
person,
in fact...
It
That does in
averages
fact
12
hit him.
damage.
That does in fact definitively hit him.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
hit because I told it to.
Yeah.
So that guy runs past, takes a massive blast from that bolt, and then
Blue lightning.
sort of gets zapped, stops him in his tracks a little bit, but not too much. And then he runs up to Gax and takes a mighty swing, also using his reckless ability, so he'll have advantage, and attacks against him will have advantage.
And then also, guiding bolt has advantage against him too, so
Yep.
double advantage.
Next
Yes.
melee attack against it has
So
Roll 4
But I
times.
don't think it's 4d6 plus 3 though.
Yeah, it is.
he's special because of I think of his ability. I'm not sure. Though.
Because my
I
cleric
know
never gets
mine-
plus. He just
Let
she just
me
gets
check
No,
guiding
well-
bolt.
I'm
Yeah,
guessing
the
it.
plus should be there.
Guiding
it
bolt
might.
is just 46 radiant damage. There's no modifier unless you've got a special thing for your class, Sean.
No, oh, I didn't realize the 3 was on there. I'm sorry. Alright, so
Okay,
then
16. Okay. Thank you, Bree.
No, I was
Not
just
bad.
looking at it going, that just seems high.
That just seems ridiculous.
Well, I mean, it's still
I never
16.
get them that
Yeah.
high. Unless I crit.
I didn't realize I didn't know I had that on there. My bad.
See, now I really wish I had taken like
Easy to
Pact of the
do.
Tome so I could have that spell. Just because
Okay.
my mod lets me add charisma to my radiant damage.
Um,
4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 6.
so
Sorry.
he does, however, run up and take a swing at you, Gax, with an 18 to hit.
That hits.
That's 14 slashing damage. And you are not yet raging, so you take full damage.
Ouch.
Great Axe sort of comes out to the side and he just takes a swipe at you down low, and it scrapes through your armor and leaves a gash across your chest.
I'm not getting those bubbles.
Click away and click back on. Or you can change it in your character sheet and it'll change your health bar.
That's how I tend to change it.
Bubbles!
Bubbles!
Bubbly, bubbly, bubbly. Can't say
Just-
bubbles and
it-
not happy, happy.
As long as she's not Darth Vader, I'm fine.
I mean,
If you have not, if you have not seen,
plans, princess!
they sent you. I want them alive. If you have not seen the Emerald City Comic Con voice actors Star Wars thing, it's from,
want them alive!
it's from 4 years ago, and on the panel is Tara Strong. And the first thing they do is the script to A New Hope, and they have Tara Strong do Bubbles as Darth Vader. And down the line, they have Jess Harnell do Bill Cosby as R2D2. It's fantastic. Trust me, you have to watch it. It's like an hour and 5 minutes long, but it is so worth it.
Yeah, the boop and the pudding and the pudding.
A beep deep, a beep deep. A Jello pudding. I have to get that link now, damn it. Anyway, Thing 2 is still doing something.
Thing 2 is actually done now. It took its swing and it's done. It is now Thing 1's turn. At this point, you go ahead and see... This also appears to be an orc. This one is not doing the ragey thing, though. It's going to go ahead and step a little bit forward to about there.
Shaman!
Magic user!
Magic user, baby!
Puppy monkey baby.
And it's going to go ahead and cast Produce Flame, and it's going to basically a fireball is going to appear in its hand, and it's going to go ahead and toss that directly at you, Norin.
God damn it. Also,
That's a 19 to hit.
yeah, that definitely hits.
It does 2 whole fire damage to you.
Ooh.
Can
I
you
don't know
take
if I can
that?
handle this, man. I don't know if I can handle it.
Light!
I might have to pop my amulet. Or my medallion.
I forgot. It does something, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gives 10 temp HP.
Ah, gotcha.
I'm-
Now,
I'm
does
on
it
my
become
inventory
temporary
tab.
HP, or if like you're down, you can use that and it gives you 10?
Can
Oh,
be activated as a
temporary.
bonus action to grant 10 temporary HP for 10 minutes. Once activated, becomes inert.
Gotcha.
Alright,
Oh, actually,
so dude plinked me for a small amount of fire damage. Is anybody doing
2 damage. Yep.
Yep, I got that.
And that will... and then he's actually going to just take one more quick step forward, and that will end his turn. Okay. Jax, you're up.
RP?
Go,
Oh, okay.
Gax, go! Go, Gax, go!
Forward.
Go. Rocket.
With advantage.
Who are you? Okay, raging. Who are you swinging at?
Both.
The first one will be in front of Lauren.
Okay.
It's 90% dead.
Okay, that one is not with advantage.
I'm not quite dead yet.
That one is actually with advantage because of the relentless attack it used.
Gotcha.
That will hit.
For 8.
Is that including your rage damage?
Yep.
Already in the total. Okay. So you do you have any more attacks or just the one?
2 attacks.
Okay. Swing your second one.
Did he not go down?
No, he doesn't go down.
Okay. Same guy then.
That will also hit. So you go ahead and stepping, struggling your way through the entangling grass there. You make your way out and you pull your battle axe from your back and you take 2 mighty swings at him and just catch him in the side both times. He's bleeding profusely, but still standing.
Don't think it was
Damn.
95% dead.
I interrupt this D&D campaign for this message. That's Jess Harnell as Bill Cosby as R2D2. It's amazing.
Okay. Anything else, Gax, or is that your turn?
It's my turn.
Okay. Norin, you're up. You made your strength save, right?
I did.
Okay.
Really wish manifesting pact weapon didn't cost an action. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast, point 1 beam at the dude in front of me and 1 at the shaman fella,
At the shaman fellow, okay.
the major fella.
That's
the one of the guys straight in front of me.
Yep. That hits.
Also shoves him back, and then the second one also apparently hits and shoves him back.
It does
So I'm
hit.
gonna shove them both back 10 feet.
Okay.
I get
Oh, I
2
nat 1 to the damage on
reactions
both of those.
to hit both.
Okay.
I know that struggle.
Does the guy in front of Norin hit the wall?
He would. So you're pushing both of them?
Yes.
Okay. So this one gets shoved back and hits that wall.
And dies.
Let me roll a thing.
If it helps, I've told people before, my 3.5 character had a thing like Air Blast, which would just like bull rush and push them backwards, and if they hit another creature or an object, they would take. I think it was the creature that they hit would take sneak attack damage.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh no,
No.
3.5 is weird.
Well, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just like ideas, but
Okay.
it's, you know.
So you go ahead and shove this dude back, and he hits the wall, but he manages to keep his feet. He's definitely he's woozy, but he's up. He's still around. And then
Does that count as leaving the range for an attack of opportunity?
Because you attack him? No,
For
you don't
Gax.
get. No, he's still in range. He's still within 5
Okay.
feet. Yep.
Okay.
You pushed the other guy though.
Yes.
The shaman as well, so he will get
The
pushed
dude
backwards
who-
and run into that wall.
Tangled up in the feet.
That will count as leaving attack range for Gax. So if he'd like to make an attack, that will hit.
Just on the way by, reach out with the axe
Yep.
and just like scrape him.
Cool. Okay. Anything else for you, Norin?
Where am I? I'm there. I'm gonna move over to about here. So that's 10, 15, 20. Just to put myself slightly out of range.
You can technically go. What's your speed?
I could go a bit more. I'm at 30, but I don't want to go too far away because I do want to be able to close and melee if I need to.
Okay. That ends your turn?
Yep.
Okay. 3, you're up.
Okay, so is it a strength save I've got to do?
Yes, strength saving throw.
Ooh, promising.
Think
you
4.
managed to break free.
Woohoo!
Okay. So,
I'm fucking weed.
Sounds about right.
I want to play.
He's gonna get free, like, after everybody's dead.
So, Bree, what are you doing?
Guys,
Just-
oh.
An hour from now, he makes a save.
realistically, would I know that there's another one?
No, you don't know there's another one.
So that would be metagaming. So,
Yes, it would.
I'm not going to. Then I will cast Bane on the 3 that I can see within range.
Okay, so that's charisma saves for all 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and these are orcs too. I feel like the one that we really can't see might get
That's
it.
a
The other two.
fail for the caster.
Wow.
He's not casting on charisma.
Metagaming!
That's a fail for all 3 of them.
Guys, the DM's metagaming.
So what happens?
For any attack roll or saving throw, they have to roll a d4 and deduct it.
Okay.
Nice.
So up to a minute. So they have to roll a d4 to deduct from any attack or saving throw. Okay, that's pretty good.
your magic will save you?
You need to remind me of that, because I will forget. That's your responsibility.
You think your magic will
Everybody remind him.
Fire rises.
Okay.
So do I have movement too?
You do have
or-
movement. Yes. It's
How
halved
much?
while you're in that area, but otherwise you have full movement.
And, well, did breaking out count against some of my movement?
Ooh, actually, you know what? Breaking out would have cost your action, so you can't actually cast Bane there.
Crap.
Boo.
Sorry. That's my fault.
Boo the rules.
Boo this man!
Rules aren't fun.
Yes.
So you break out with your action. Would you like to move anywhere?
Yeah, I'm gonna move out of the difficult terrain.
Okay. Over to there. Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Okay. Cool. So that will end your turn. You now see, coming from barreling around the side here,
Jerk. Such a jerk.
I hate you all so much.
Hey, I'm defending you. I think you are a great DM, firm but fair. You're doing a
Firm
great
but fair.
job.
Firm affair.
Yeah.
You see a
Doing a great job.
rhinoceros.
What?
It comes,
Appreciate
it
that.
comes barreling towards Zarn.
Basically, yeah.
Wait, this is a real thing? Like you weren't kidding? Like,
I'm not kidding. That's really a rhinoceros.
there's really a rhinoceros. This is really happening.
Yeah. I wasn't fucking with you.
Like this isn't like, oh, Zorn's been so annoying. Let's throw a rhino at him. Like it's oh god damn it.
Oh my god!
The rhino actually makes its way to about there.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Norin, maybe you can ride it.
And that's all it will. That's all it will do.
I'm
So
so
that
glad
will
we-
that will end the rhino's turn.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Thank you for that, Quan.
Mm-hmm.
Dex perks up
What
and
the
says,
hell?
"I'm out."
Norin should totally be doing
Okay,
I'm still holding up for a life. I am committing myself to this.
it's now
Look at what Sam said in the chat.
A rhino?
Starbucks away. Okay, so now it's gonna go ahead and be the weakened berserker's turn. He's gonna go ahead and
I'm slightly
take-
dizzy from that.
another swing. Still reckless. He's gonna swing at Gax, shockingly, with an 11 to hit, which I assume
I'm gonna
misses.
say no.
And that's gonna end his turn.
Sweet, I may get to kill something.
Okay, Garrick, go.
Shoot the red guy.
Okay, shoot.
Where's my...
Take your shot.
Please hit, please hit, please hit! Yes!
Okay, you reach back, pull an arrow out of the quiver, pull back, release, and it goes straight through his temple, and it falls over very dead.
I did sneak attack because reasons.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you.
Oh my god, Snicker Turk.
Oh my god, Snicker Turk! Okay, anything else, Garrick?
Move to here.
Okay.
You'll wait for a minute or two.
It's your turn. You can make a strength saving throw if you want, as your action.
Alright, now, if
Nat
I
one,
succeed
nat one.
and shut up. If I succeed and free myself, that's my action though, right?
That is your action.
You can
Rectamundo.
also run the fuck away.
Yeah.
Restrained is not a good thing if you're being charged.
Can I
Yeah, we're being charged by a
like
fucking
insight the
rhinoceros.
thing? Like, is it like coming at me, or is it coming at the orcs, or like?
It is. It's got its head down and it's barreling distinctly not at the orcs. You get the distinct impression this rhinoceros is on their side, not yours.
Kill the shine!
All right. Do I free myself or do I just attack it? All right, I'll try to free myself first. See what happens.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So then, do I at least still get my attack, but it's a disadvantage?
No, because that was
Only
your
if it's
action.
a bonus
You actually did that
action.
wrong.
Bonus
You
action
shouldn't have
and
been able
move
to
action.
guiding bolt last time, and that was a mistake on my part.
Oh. Can I do a bonus action at least?
You can do a bonus action, yes.
Okay. Norin, you hurt?
I'm not well.
All right.
So, yes.
So I'll wiggle of hand free, and like a lightning bolt, a mini bolt comes out of my hand. I'll cast Healing Word on Norin.
Ooh.
Four.
Sick.
I'm killing it, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I'm killing it.
4 more health than I had last time.
Zarn is MVP so far.
I go zap with the heal, and then I real quick go to the rhino. Fuck you.
Cool.
Just with that one hand free.
Yep,
Sure.
it's like stuck like right here.
That ends your turn, John?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. It is now Blue Berserker's turn. It's going to go ahead and swing at Gax. I know, shocking. Again, being reckless.
Did you give Blue Zerker back his hit points since Guiding Bolt wouldn't have hit?
No, I didn't. Because I didn't remember that, and I'm just going to leave it where it is.
And he's
That's
got
a 19 to hit?
Too. Minus
That hits.
D4. Minus D4.
Oh, minus a d4. You're right. Let me
Wait,
roll that.
no.
Ooh.
That's an 18 to hit.
Wouldn't that not be a thing because you were restrained?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, that didn't actually happen, Bree. Because you were restrained
Oh,
and had to use
right.
your
I
action. Yeah.
forgot.
19 to hit.
Sorry.
There's that one. Okay. So that's he reaches. He swings around with his great axe and deals 10 slashing damage to you
Okay.
across the shoulder. Okay. And that will end his turn. It's now the caster's turn, who's going to.
Hold on, wasn't Thing 1 Red Zerker?
No, thing 3 was Red Zerker.
Oh.
They
Okay.
didn't come out in
21.
order.
Yeah, I misunderstood. Okay.
So the caster steps forward, and it's going to touch this orc on the shoulder and cast something.
God damn it.
I yell,
Anybody have
stop it!
counterspell? Anybody got counterspell? No?
I don't, but I yell, stop it.
It doesn't appear to be affected by your words.
Hey! Stop it!
Hey! Hey!
Don't you touch that orc! Don't
Don't you touch that orc.
He walks over and he goes,
It's like staring at me in the face. It's like, oh, when I get out of these vines, you are in for it.
you hear from Garrick off to the side, if.
How dare you?
And that will Yeah, that will end its turn. Gax, you're up.
I will attack the caster.
Okay. That will hit. Just roll your next one.
Come on. Oh!
Are you attacking the caster still?
Yeah.
Okay, it
11
misses.
hit.
So you go ahead and take a swing, and your first one, as you step around the berserker unexpectedly, you manage to catch him on the arm as he pulls his hand away. Your second one, he manages to actually dodge out of the way. So that would be 9 damage. That okay. Anything else, Gax?
No, that's it.
Norin, you're up.
Quick point of order. Eldritch Blast. 2 beams.
Yes.
Assuming both connect, do they both shove back 10 feet?
Yes.
Assuming I've hit the same target? Like, if I was to point both of them at, for example, the giant rhinoceros?
On Eldritch Blast and the Invocation. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me check those things. It's a good question.
Yeah. Like, I'm not planning to do that this turn, but it
Yeah,
is
but for knowledge, yeah, hold on. 2 beams.
I want to do something, so hopefully they stay where they currently are.
You
It's
can't
not
say
moving.
that in character.
I know.
Don't metagame, please.
That wasn't really me saying, like, you know,
I know.
hey guys, leave them all together. It's more of like, I hope they still are.
I mean, I knew
Yes,
my
I'll
turn
say
before
that
it.
each beam can push a creature separately.
Good to know. Not actually relevant this turn, but it will be. So I'm going to cast a flaming sphere here,
Where's here?
in
Right there?
between the two. Yeah, because it's a 5-foot radius or 5-foot diameter sphere of fire.
Okay, that's fine. So
so-
that will be okay. Any creature that is turned within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dex saving throw.
And when it appears.
Creature takes. Okay. Okay, and when it appears.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually say when it appears in that spell description.
I don't know if I've written it properly.
Let me check Flaming Sphere in the book.
Yeah, please do.
Nope, any creature that ends its turn there.
What was
No.
that?
Wait,
As a bonus action, you can
Yeah,
move
I
the
was just
sphere
gonna-
50 feet and ram it into a thing.
I'm just gonna make it appear here and then ram it into this dude.
Which one? That one? The
the
caster?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a dexterity save?
Yep, it's a dex save against 16. Sorry, 15.
It succeeds.
Alright,
It takes half damage?
Yeah, he
Okay.
takes 8 fire damage.
Okay, so you conjure this flaming sphere. It appears in the path, and you roll it into the orc, and it sort of sees it coming and manages to move just out of the way, so it doesn't quite take the full brunt of the damage, but it's a little singed. And for what it's worth, that guy is not super happy at the moment. Not a happy camper.
He's not on fire though, right?
I don't think so. No. No, he's not on fire.
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
Bree.
hoping.
Oh, you're done.
One of
Garrett,
these
or
days we're
Nora?
gonna fight a giant scarecrow, and I'm gonna be so goddamn happy.
No,
I'm
you're
gonna
done.
move. I'm gonna move quickly.
We could go to Burning Man.
I'm gonna move over to here.
Cut me loose.
Uh,
Cut me loose.
I can get to like here, and I still very much can't.
Okay.
Like I can stand here and offer moral support.
All right. Bree,
Do
you
that.
are up.
Okay, I am going to cast Shatter in front of the Rhino.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Jeez.
I feel like a rhino's gonna have expertise in that.
Con save.
Well, I only have so many things I can do.
Fine.
The rhinoceros fails its Constitution save. So it takes 8 thunder damage. And that's it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 8 thunder damage. Okay. Mermint.
Just a second. Where's my spell?
Okay. So a loud sort of blast happens there, and you see the rhino sort of shake its head as it continues to charge. And as I said, it continues to charge.
Bring it.
Charges
Bring
right
it.
into the still restrained Jarn, which means that its attack will have advantage on you.
Bring it.
So
What? In before crit.
that's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
So that will be
178 physical damage.
Shut up.
make another strength save for me, please.
Oh god. Oh, that's
Oh.
a natural 20!
Cool. So you manage to not get knocked prone as this charging rhinoceros crashes into you, dealing 28 points of bludgeoning damage.
Holy.
Because 28 is so much better than 32.
It really is. Because now
No,
I'm down
no.
to 1 point.
Yeah, no, that would be really nice, because I'm not above 20.
I'm going to use my reaction, and I'm going to blast this son of a bitch with
You
my...
do not have a reaction as you're restrained.
Damn it!
Wah, 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 wah. Wah.
Alright, I'm like spitting up blood. Little
Yes,
help!
you are.
Little help! Help me!
Okay. So that ends the rhinoceros's turn.
Jesus
Good one.
Christ.
Good one!
It's okay, so that's the turn of the one who's already dead, so he's done. Derek, it's your turn.
Right. Fuck, this changes things. Fuck it. They've got healers and all that type of shit. I can do more if I do what I want to do. I'm going to take a shot at Blue Zerker,
Okay.
and with my Horde Breaker, when I make an attack, I can make another attack with the same weapon on a creature within 5 feet.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to. The first one doesn't have to hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're making the first attack on the blue Zerker, you said?
Yes,
Okay, go for it. Roll that attack, please.
I did.
So you did. That just hits.
With a 25?
Oh, you're right. It has advantage. Excuse me. So yeah. So those will both hit. The second one's going at the caster, I assume.
Yeah,
Okay. So
and because, well, you tell me. Do I get sneak attack on both or just the first one?
let me see how
You
sneak
choose.
attack works.
You get it once. a turn.
Because
Yeah, you only get sneak attack once per turn. So
Right,
only on the
choose
first one.
which one
First
you want
guy.
to use it on.
first guy.
Okay. So on the first guy. So that's 11 total damage to the first one and 8 to the second one. Okay. Okay. So you... God damn it, Chili. So you reach into your quiver and you
Little help!
you pull an arrow, notch, fire, and immediately pull out and notch another one. They both strike true, the first one catching the berserker in the side where the arrow sticks, the second one catching the druid right in the thigh. This caster is not a happy panda. It's very much on its last legs. Anything else for you, Garrick?
He said caster! Or druid! Because we couldn't have grasped that before this point.
Move to there. Idle in my turn.
Working on it!
Okay, Jarn, your turn.
Alright. Let's get free.
Roll strength save.
Oh no.
Nope.
Alright, can I...
You
Can
have
I
a
take
bonus
a-
action. Yes, a potion. Taking a potion would be a bonus action.
Hold on, is my cure...
Plug it back.
I forget if I can cure wounds myself. No, it's an action, never mind. Okay, so I'll do that. So,
Healing word is a bonus. Cure wounds is an action.
yes, I'll do... So... 2d4 plus 4... Right? Plus 2.
2d4 plus 2 is the basic healing potion.
6.
Yeah.
Hey, up to 7.
Cool. It's now Blue's turn. It's the start of his turn. Oh, he's not in the space. It's in the space of the druid. So it's Blue's turn. So he's gonna go ahead and
No.
take an.
Are you talking about the flaming sphere?
Yes.
If he ends his turn within 5 feet of it.
Oh, ends his turn within 5 feet.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
So
If
at
he's
the
still
end of his
where
turn,
he
if
is,
he's still where he
He's
is,
gonna go
take
ahead
damage.
And
Or roll
it's
save.
fire. He doesn't like it. He's gonna step over here and take a swing at you, Gax.
Okay.
Again, reckless, so he gets advantage. That's a 14 to hit.
Yes.
Jesus. Shit rolls for that guy, man.
Oh, so he's one of the party.
Apparently. So that'll end his turn. And then it's the caster's turn. He is gonna go ahead and let me check a thing here. Okay. Caster is gonna go ahead and he's going to step here. No, that's a lie. He's gonna stay there, and he's going to cast Thunder Wave. I need you to make a Constitution save, Gax. Why don't this thing cast? What the heck? Whatever. Okay. Oh, that's why. Okay. So that will... You'll make that Constitution save, so you will take 5 thunder damage and nothing else. And then he's gonna go ahead and attempt to move away and take an attack of opportunity while doing so. So yeah. Yeah. So he attempts to move away, and you just go ahead and cleave out, and you cut him in half.
That'll teach him.
Never max with the Gax, man.
Alright, we
I'm the
murdered the
Gax
healer.
man.
Which I-
Natural 20.
So that will end his turn. So Gax, it is now your turn, I believe.
I don't feel like taking fire damage either, so I'm going to step 5 feet this way.
You're far enough away.
If it's
No,
in
he's
his
not.
square, it's
Oh, yeah,
within
never
5
mind,
feet
yeah.
of every
Yep.
square around it.
I'm gonna move that to the center of that square.
So I moved 5 feet.
Yes.
Swing on the blue guy. Actually, I should have swung on the blue guy to start with. 19
That
hit.
will hit with advantage. Yep.
7 damage.
Okay. Second one.
Alright. I was hoping he'd go down on the first one, but second time. 17 to hit.
That will hit. Yeah.
8 more.
Yep. This one's starting to look a little weaker. He was still in pretty good shape when you started swinging at him this time. He hasn't
Nice.
taken a ton.
Booyah.
Cool. Will that end your turn, Gax?
Yeah.
Norin, you're up.
Just gonna go ahead and shoot the rhino twice. 12 and a 25.
Okay, are you pushing?
Wait.
Yes, I'm intending to shove him on both. Because he's currently standing on top of my friend.
Okay. And it's 10 feet back every time?
You do realize he's just going to charge again.
I know, but I'm gonna put a big ball of fire in front of him.
Okay. So that will, so those will both hit and deal a total of 23 damage.
And then
Rhino's looking, not well. Fire damage. Not a happy rhinoceros.
That's good.
the Eldritch Blaster Force, for what it's worth.
sorry, force not fire. Regardless, lots of damage. It's not
Then
happy.
I am going to bonus action and throw the flaming sphere into him directly between him and Zarn.
Okay. If you use the bonus action, it has to make the save, right?
Yep, it has to make
It's
a
a-
save because I'm running it into him.
Okay, so it's a
do you want
dex
me
save of what now?
Reroll. It's a dex save of 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, reroll the spell, please.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I know the damage.
Reroll the damage too.
One less than
it
last time.
Fails the dex
Yeah.
save, so it will
3d6
take the full damage. And so actually, that flaming sphere
Plus
comes
4.
over, and the fire just barrels through it, and it hits the ground charred and blackened.
Woo!
That was a hell of a turn, my friend.
There's just like fist pumping. He's completely forgotten about the other berserker. He's just victory dancing all over.
Okay, Bree, you are up.
Wait, is the rhino down?
Rhino's dead.
It's dead?
Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million.
God.
I thought for sure it couldn't be.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Norin did, how much damage did Norin just do? Norin just did 38 damage in one turn.
Way to go, Norn.
Pictures flipping around.
Okay, well then,
He's just spinning in a circle. Doesn't even care what's going on around him anymore. Just victory
for
dance.
my action, I will shoot my hand crossbow at blue guy.
That will hit.
Nice.
And as a bonus action, I will cast Healing Word on Cleric guy.
Is
John, are you attempting to say things?
is
Because
entangle?
that is not.
Oh yeah,
gonna
John,
be
you're
nice.
muted again.
So that's 7 hit points for Zarn.
Let me check on the spell here.
Was it
Coming back,
entangle?
It is. Oh, it's a concentration spell, so that'd be gone now. Thank you.
Zarn's
Oh, I'm good.
Hey, you're not
You're good
tied up
now.
anymore.
Zarn's no longer.
Now you're all in big, big trouble.
And
Where are you done?
as Gax cut him in half, he like thumbs up as the weeds went away.
Woo.
Okay. Garrick, it's your turn.
So, like I was saying, what I was kind of hoping is that when Norin was flipping out, I was hoping Mike would have Zarn look over and go, "That's great, kid. Don't get cocky."
I was gonna say it.
Right, there's only one guy left, so Garrick's gonna move here. And oh, of course, my character sheet went away because naturally. Pop out. Move it over. And longbow. And
Nope.
fuck.
Yes.
Oh, he's not restrained anymore.
He's so fucking excited right now.
He's like, I get to do a thing.
I will
He
have my
gets to do a thing
vengeance.
too.
Just
Okay. Garrick, that is your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Jarn, do a thing.
Maybe.
I point at him. I say, "You," and I start running. And as I run, my hammer starts sparking electricity. And then, right as I get into it,
I get down
I
to my
whack
hands
That's
and
the
knees.
one.
I'm so excited for this.
hold on. Oh, good. It's still level 1 spell. All right. I cast as I hit him. Where is it? There it is. Inflict wounds. Don't fuck me. Don't fuck me.
That one could be accident.
hey.
Wow.
That just hits.
I know.
Oh! I wanted to like. Do I get the killing blow? Because I really want to describe it.
You can describe it. It's fine.
Yes. So as I'm running, the hammer's just like sparking like blue electricity, and he jumps into the air slow motion. Somehow the world is regular speed, but he's slow motion. And just comes down. and
Everybody's looking around.
As soon as it hits, just a lightning explosion.
Sure.
Are you not detained?
So you go ahead and you jump through the air, lightning explosion, and he just there's like a chunk basically taking out of this guy's shoulder, and he just sits there. It smotes for a second, and then he crumples.
Nice.
I was kind of hoping he like swinged it like a bat like that, and just like the head goes flying.
That's why Gax
Just
sat
like-
down
just
on
like
his
a
hands and
lightning
knees
and
waiting
fire
for him
as
to
it
get
goes.
pushed over the top of him.
It's like every Pokemon game when Team Rocket goes blasting off again.
We're blasting off again! Bing!
So that does in fact end combat.
Woo!
Woo! Zarn did something.
Zorn did a thing.
I got to do a really cool thing.
Golf clap for
I'm sorry.
Zarn.
Oh, I'm gonna dismiss that sphere.
And back to the horses. To calm them down.
Immediately sprint over to start trying to harvest things off of this.
Off the rhino.
Yes.
Okay. What do you
I'm
want to get?
Terrifying person. I don't know. Ivory?
Can I? Oh, I was gonna say, I want to hobble over, and I want that horn.
All right, I'll
I
take the
think
big
he,
one.
I
You
think he
take the small
deserves
one.
the horn.
I get the big one. You get the small one.
No, he gets the big one. I'm making the executive decision.
It's
to
got
say
his
that Zarn
blood
gets
on
the
it,
big
I
to be
killed
fair.
it.
one. Yeah, but it nearly killed him.
Yeah, see that thing?
Let's
See that
just
blood
50-50
on it?
it.
That's my blood. I want
Let's
it.
just 50-50 it. Or we could like flip a coin.
Give me the horn.
I think we should just make the executive decision to say that Zarn gets the big horn.
Mean.
Did not mean it that way, but you know.
I look
Why don't we
at
just flip a
I
coin.
look at
see who
Norin. I
gets
look
it.
at
You
the
already had
gaping
the
wound in my
horn,
side. I look at Norin. I look back at the gaping wound in my side, and I say, "Give me the damn horn."
50-50. You can have the pointy bit. I'll take the end. That's a big
Take the
circle.
smaller one.
I want the big circle. I want to make a necklace.
Wouldn't the necklace work better with the small one?
Oh no, I'm gonna take the small one and then just like an inch thick disc from the big one, and then you have the rest of the big one.
Or we could just store it for now and deal with it later.
This is going to be the source of a lot of arguments on the road.
Yes, Sam says roll a d2.
I don't have the option to roll a d2, but that's what I was actually going to suggest.
I'm okay. So I'm gonna do it. Okay.
No.
So hold on.
Mike,
So are you guys actually agreeing in character to flip a coin for this?
Yes.
Flip a coin to see who gets the big one.
Okay.
And if I win the flip, I want like just the small one and then like an inch of the big one. Otherwise,
so-
you can have the entire big one, and I'll take the entire small one.
So I'm gonna say 1 is heads, 2 is tails.
That seems fair. You call it. I'll flip. You call it.
All right. Heads.
Zarn gets the horn.
All right. I'll take the small one.
Never tell me the odds, and I walk away.
Fine. That way.
So
I
who's
don't
attempting to
think-
harvest this horn? Or both of them?
Oh.
I agree with Robo.
should. Like I should, because background-wise, I would be more familiar with it.
The
Survival check.
What?
Survival check.
More.
Survival check.
That's okay.
I was gonna do it too.
So
It's
you
not the worst.
attempt to get this horn off. It's not the worst, but it ain't pretty either. There's a crack up the side from when you tried to get it
The
out.
small one anyway.
This is a horn with some imperfections.
So, did you get the small one? I can try to get the big one.
Yeah, that was what I was aiming for. Yeah.
Did you want me
Okay.
to do it? I have the survival skills.
I
I have
you
a
know
plus
what,
5 to survival.
yeah, you do it. Then I'll go check. I'll go check out Sorcery McSorcerer Pants.
And I still only rolled two above. Okay.
Garrick, you do manage to get the horn off, the big one, without any issues.
Woo!
It was a little difficult, but you managed it. It's in good condition.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure
Nice.
while you were fighting over the rhino horn, other people looted the orcs. You don't have to do both.
The orcs, so the berserkers each have sort of shitty old battle axes, and then the spellcasters got a club basically. And other than that, They aren't
I
really
see.
wearing much in the way of armor.
Yeah, I assume they're probably not that well
They
equipped.
got crap.
They basically got some crap. You do find about 5 gold apiece on each of them, but that's it. Other than the weapons.
So me and Garrick are gonna split that because those and Gax will all take 5, and because those other ones are all fighting over the rhino horn.
That's fine.
That seems sensible, yeah.
So that seems fair.
Yep, I got my horn.
Just on a time perspective, how are we for harvesting skin?
Wow.
You want to harvest rhino skin?
hide.
Okay, if you want to harvest rhino hide, whew, that'll take you a few hours probably.
Should I roll another survival check?
I really don't want to. I don't know. Do we want to spend a couple hours attempting to carve hide off of this
How about this? How about I roll it, but then Norin assists?
That's fine. Norin
I'd be
assisting
okay
will
with
give you advantage on the roll.
Come on, roll high, roll high. Yes.
Damn.
Wow,
Same
matched
number.
24s.
It takes you with Norin's assistance. It takes you about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and you manage to get pretty much like the whole hide off this thing in really good condition.
Just so you know, that was 2 19s.
Yep. Yep.
All right, so we will do something with this when we
Mark
get
in
to
your
town.
inventory small cracked rhino horn, Norin, Jarn, big rhino horn, and Garrick, rhino hide.
Just rhino hide.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you can put like whole or entire rhino hide or something if you want to for clarity's sake.
I'll put whole.
I'm still writing my letter. And then
Also-
no one was stuck in the grass, and I beat everyone by myself.
Are
you sure I didn't write that?
I know, right? You remember how I made those owl bear arrows? How many of those would you say I made?
With the feathers?
Yeah.
How many feathers did you have? You just sort of pulled some of the...
It says small amount of owl bear feathers.
I'd say like half a dozen.
Okay. Okay, I'll just put that in my inventory.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Have
Also,
you been collecting your arrows, Garrick? And marking off your ammo?
I forgot to put the new number in there because I technically have 2 quivers full, but he's only carrying 1.
Yeah, you've got 40 total. You bought 40 total arrows.
Technically, I have 44 because I have
Right.
4 left over.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I had 20, and I shot. Jesus, I don't even know how many times. Unless you want to say I just collect them all, or you want me to roll something.
No, hold on. So against
Back
the
half.
boar, you shot once. Did you shoot once against the boar?
I
Yes, you did. You shot once against the boar, so
I
you would have gotten that 1 back. So that's fine. Against these guys, you shot 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll say 6 times, so you lose 3 arrows.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I get my arrow back?
Total of.
You will get your
My-
1 arrow back. Your 1
bolt.
bolt. Yes. Yeah.
Bolt. So I have 17, which I could replenish.
Oh, right.
So actually, technically, I had 44 normal, take away 6, which would make it 39.
38.
38, yeah.
You've got 41 left.
Okay. I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna write that down so I can freaking remember.
Okay.
Also, out of curiosity, harvesting hide counts as a rest? Doesn't count as a rest.
Does not count as a.
Pretty sure
as
you're
a-
working
Okay.
Well,
hard.
Fair
I'd
enough.
say it
Like-
counts as a short rest, but
That's all I needed.
we're gonna go ahead and
Same.
call the session here for the evening.
Buy my short rest is spell slots. Oh, yeah, that was sweet.
Cool.
So we can spend hit dice if we need them.
Yeah, if you guys are taking a short rest, you can go ahead and spend some hit dice.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea.
For what it's worth, it doesn't matter that much. You're gonna be taking a long rest before you get
Yeah.
into combat again anyway. So
Oh,
don't bother
okay.
rolling it or anything. Just put all
I
your
already
shit.
rolled it.
You've
Go ahead.
rolled Fairly well.
Your Constitution modifier is stupid, Gax.
I love barbarians.
What is your con level? I'm really curious.
What?
His what now?
What's your con like score?
He's got a
16.
16, I think.
Nice. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
HP machine.
I start every morning at 57 hit points.
Good lord.
And
I
I
start
take
at
half
44.
damage when I rage.
Yeah, and you
20,
always manage to end up
29.
in the way of the melee people every time.
planned it
You
that way.
fucker. Well, I know that, but like it's annoying.
I'm glad he plays it that way because I get the sneak attack every hit.
Oh, I know you do.
It's okay, guys. I find the other
This
ones.
is
Oh, I very nearly
You get to
one-shot
find the
John, so
secondary
I don't feel too bad about this.
With
Yeah,
the
but
you
the way
know-
that
You
so
son of a
out of
bitch.
curiosity, what was the, if you don't mind me asking, what was the damage roll on that charge?
So
what do
the
you
way that
roll for
charge
that?
works with a rhino is it gets a gore attack that's 2d8 plus 3 because that's its strength modifier, and then if it moves 20 feet on the same turn that it gores in a straight line, it gets an extra 2d8.
What the?
Wow.
Same as a Minotaur.
So it rolled like a 15 and a 13, I think, or like a 17 and 11, I think,
Holy
something like
shit.
that. Yeah.
And pushing them
Oh.
away from the target
My,
makes
my
the
side.
You
Get
pushed
another
it away. If
20
you
foot.
hadn't killed it, it would have meant that it almost.
Did
It,
it
it, like, I mean, Jarn was probably dead anyway, but like, yeah,
Well, not dead, but at least unconscious.
would have been unconscious. Yeah.
It could have been a
If I
Unless
had
it
kill
did the
too.
charge thing, and then
Yeah, but he was so low hit points that if he got whacked
It could have
again,
Yeah.
been an instant
For its
kill.
worth, if I had
it could have
killed it, I
killed
was
him
gonna.
outright.
Yep, and then I would play the next game as Sonnet, looking for revenge.
Well, I was actually gonna move in between. you and the-
Yeah, I was.
I
That
know
was
if I
my
had to.
plan. Was if I didn't kill it, I was going to put the flaming sphere between the two and then run out straight to the right so it could see me.
so
It's like I can take one before I'm totally screwed.
so I, for my own sake, if we didn't, if Norin didn't kill it, and it charged Zarn again and did somewhat the same amount of damage, would it just like insta killed him?
No, because that's not how the rules work in 5e.
Oh, thank God.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
If you go to 0,
Hit points.
what now?
If
Yeah,
it
one
takes
hit
him
point.
to minus what his full hit points are,
Yeah,
he's
that's
dead
true. If it
outright.
had actually done, if it had brought him to negative 20, what's your max hit points? 29.
Yes.
If it had dealt, because at that point you were at how many hit points?
I was at full health.
He went back to
Oh,
7.
then
No,
They
No,
brought me
no,
down
no.
to-
The second
I
time.
forgot. Yeah, 1.
Yeah. So if he would have done the same amount, it would have been an insta kill.
Jarn would have taken his health potion by the time it was the Rhino's turn again, so he would have been at like 7 or whatever.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
how much did the Rhino do? Like 30.
if it had maxed out
Twenty-
all
no,
of its
21.
damage price,
If it had done a
Oh.
max damage, it would have been 35 damage.
exactly enough.
Would,
to kill you.
which is exactly enough to straight kill you. But a max damage roll on both things is super not likely.
Yeah.
but
I
oh,
crit a character
we
with
could-
the black pudding.
We could easily spend some
and it
time
was
just
an
taking a.
insta-kill.
Like, actually, the Rhino rolled really well on both of its damage rolls. The 17 meant that it rolled like 2 7s on 2d8.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let me just warn you, Quads. Zarn may be an asshole, but if you kill Zarn, his even more annoying friend Poldir's coming. Okay?
I like Poldir.
Oh, why not
Just
Sonic?
saying.
I know Poldir. I've met Poldir.
Poldir is so much more annoying.
The only, I mean, maybe I don't think Poldir was that annoying because I was playing Bindi in the game that you were Poldir, and Bindi is also really annoying.
Yeah. That could be it.
Yeah.
I was playing my Dragonborn Tauren Nerexius, who I now play during Kalea's game on
Nice.
Thursday before Critical Role.
We had a
All right.
snowball fight while we were trying to stealth.
Well,
Yes,
thank you for
that was
watching,
amazing.
everybody.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We're going to
Bye,
go ahead and
stream.
cut the stream. Adios, folks. Much appreciated.